am retarded. Gang monogamy, gang monogamy, gang monogamy, gang monogamy. Oh! What's up, big dog? How we doing, big boys? How we doing, big dogs? What's up, man? All right, where's the viewers? All right, where are the viewers at? Bring them in. Let's say Twitch situation is bananas. Twitch situation is bananas. Hey man, gaming enthusiast 475. Ooh. Arch had pool stream when you gotta pay for that. Monkeying around stream. Oh god, wait, where's my goddamn TTS? There we go. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. How we doing? Okay. Just give me a goddamn second here. Give me a second. I'm gonna get acclimated, man. What was that, dude? Twitch touched me when I was a kid? Yeah, fuck them. The bad people. Twitch, fundamentally bad people. Boom. We got a Costco guy in the chat. Oh, we got I could be one of those evil monkeys. Every January, here, look, I'll show you something. Every January rolls around, I look the same. Every January, doesn't matter what January it is. Every January since my 19th birthday, I look the exact same. Let's go view channel, videos, popular. One sec, let me get that fucking mini version of YouTube out of the corner. Is it called Stream Slop? Yeah, Stream Slop. There we go. Fuck that. Look at this video, okay? This video came out 10 months ago, last January. There I am. Look, I look the same every January. Doesn't matter what happens. Skizzy Lifter. Look at that. Look at that. There's something different in the eyes. I don't know. I got a Surfshark ad for this video. I think my beard's bigger here. I'm fatter too. Beard's bigger, fatter. Hair's different. I feel more alive right now. I was going to the gym a lot actually in this era. In this period of time. Winter arc, yeah. Every winter I get fat and puffy. Okay, guys, this isn't gonna do. Why do I have no viewers right now? Why am I at 18 concurrent viewers? Was my last stream that fucking boring? This is fucked up, guys. Give me a second here. I gotta fix this. Dude, it's over, man. The channel's done. Twitch, there we go. Let's see. Privacy, public. Same sweater. Great taste in sweaters. Boom. Twitch touched me when I was a kid. Yeah, fuck them, dude. But they're bad people. They're fundamentally bad people. There we go. See, every time I change the name of the stream, I come in here, I think, I'm going to call the stream something different this evening. I'm going to call it just chatting. Cozy chatting. Hanging out with my friends and chatting. Okay? Doesn't fucking do well. You know what does well? Something is happening. Every time I call the stream, something is happening. You just looped? What does that mean? What does it mean you just looped? Like you're on acid? Like you're on acid and you just looped? Oh, replay the stream. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch it there, guys. How's everyone doing, man? How's the chat doing? Growing up in the early... Man, you can just make videos about fucking everything. You can make videos about anything. Yap. Bro, that's what you're here for. That's what streaming is. I wonder, someone asked me this. Drag is over. Art Chat is not my parasocial friend. Hey, man. I'm glad I could be here for you. So I wonder if Destiny thinks that everything he says is good. Like talking that often, talking that frequently. I wonder if you could do that and believe like everything you say is good. I saw on, any streamer who's a full-time streamer. Could you believe that everything you say is good? Is that a thing you could believe in? Because I don't think everything I say is good. Especially when I'm streaming. Man. It's yap time. I'm here to yap. I'm here to react to things, okay? This is what it's all about. And there's a time and a place for yapping. Hey man, I'm not gonna knock a yapper. We're all yappers at the end of the day. It's just how much money you can make off your yapping is what matters. But there's a yapping. There's something interesting about yapping, okay? And what's interesting is that there's a yap horseshoe, okay? There's a yap horseshoe, and I think it's time to. Sometimes reaping is like, damn, what the fuck did I sow? That's an awesome meme. Let's pull out Paint 3D. Okay, so here's the yapping horseshoe. Here's the yapping horseshoe. We're going to do black thickness. That's a good thickness. Okay. So boom. How do you draw a horseshoe? Horseshoe's like this, right? Horseshoe's like that. Nah, I could do better than that. Boom. Boom. Okay. One of these. One of these. Horseshoe. Thickness. Can I draw on a straight fucking line, please, and thank you. Oh God, man. What if I? It's hard. Like I don't read. I read kind of frequently. What if I know? What if all this reads like nonstop? I don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. I would say if you have something, like take your best idea and make it into a video. Like don't wait. Just do it, because that's the only way you're going to figure out the gaps in your knowledge and how to go about research to fill the gaps in your knowledge. It's the only way to go about it. If you don't do it, like you're never going to do it. If you don't, you'll never know what you don't know until you try to articulate yourself. So I highly suggest just take your best idea, make the video, take your L's, take your W's, and make another one. It's the only way to go. Reading, just like basic history. Just I don't know, just basic. I don't know. I can't think of like a book that. The Bible. Read the Bible, and then just jump off from there. Start somewhere. Find something sort of canonical and encyclopedic, and start there, and then jump off. I think it's a good way to do it. Don't start backwards. Don't start with something like weird theory. Don't go in. Don't know nothing and then go into reading like literary theory, because I think that's just like going to rot your brain. I regret how much theory I read in university without knowing like basic facts about history. 100%. Why do you think these yappets have anything important to say? It's all just the ad fill. Yeah, okay. I'm getting there. With the yap horseshoe, okay? It's the yap horseshoe. That font is too big. So, I gotta put, let's go, 22, normal, well-adjusted people, okay? Come on. Dude. Normal, well-adjusted people in the middle of the horseshoe, okay? Streamers right here. Careful academics on this side. And then new ideas, okay? So right here, right up top. I get my brush back here. I want red. Right here, up top, okay? This is an average dude. This is someone who waits their turn to speak, who sometimes brings up new ideas, doesn't say novel things, doesn't yap, not an academic, not a careful thinker, a very normal person, okay? That's the top of the horseshoe. It's the top of the horseshoe here. And this is, let's call him Jones, okay? Jones, this is Diarrhea Jones. Diarrhea Jones, okay? And then over here on the streamer side, this is Destiny. Right over here. That's Destiny. Hassan. Osmond. Okay. And then careful academics. I'd put this like a Zizek. Okay. Zizek. Maybe I'm trying to think some other academics. Who's that guy? Who's that Christian scholar that lives in Montreal? John Vervaeke. Vervaeke. Okay. Streamers like to yap. Streamers, all they do. Yap, yap, yap. All day long. They love yapping, okay? And in the yapping, they say a lot of dumb shit. They say a lot of stupid things constantly. They constantly say stupid things. But within the yap, because there's such a wall of noise, because there's so much yapping, there's so much speaking, they sometimes say very intelligent things and things that no one's ever said before. They come up with new ideas, okay? And on the academic side, you have the Zizek. You can't see. I wrote Vervaeke. Vervaeke. I think it's spelled like that. Vervaeke. Zizek. On the academic side, you have people who think extremely thoroughly. They think very thoroughly. And they think before they speak. They're very cautious about what they say. They're very cautious about their word choice. They're very intentional with every word they speak. And they do that to try to communicate as clearly as possible their ideas. And within this, there are new ideas. There are people who only speak when they have good ideas. Okay? Versus the streamers, the yappers who yap all day. And every once in a while, they have a good idea. But every once in a while, they say something that's like genuinely interesting. And right in between, this is the new idea. So new idea, the fringes, the psychic realm of culture is propagated, is inseminated, and born to something new in the ether from both the streamers and the academics. So streamer, they have their place. So do these people. It's all about production. Streamers are like a broken clock. They're right twice a day. Zizek, on the other hand, Doesn't yap all the time, but never misses. So I have more respect for Zizek than I do for Hassan or Osmongold. But I cannot, I'm still influenced by all of them. I've been thinking about streaming a lot recently. Because it's an interesting. We have this tendency, and I think unrightfully so, we have this tendency to label new concepts as evil, as bad, right? So you have the streamer who talks all day. The political streamer, specifically, who talks all day. All I do, okay? And we're thinking like, oh, this is a fundamentally new phenomenon, and it's also bad. It's detrimental. No one should do it. No one should engage with it, which I disagree with entirely, because it's just a continuation of like, it's just a continuation of like Howard Stern or like Rush Limbaugh, like these people who have made careers off of talking all day. Alex Jones, same thing. This sort of position in society has always existed. This is just the newest manifestation of it. There's wisdom in crowds. Don't ever underestimate that. Don't ever underestimate that. Don't ever underestimate that. I wonder how much you're interested in listening to someone who thinks they're well informed in history but is entirely disconnected to the current streamer zeitgeist. Thinks they're well informed in history. I mean, commenting on streaming or talking about streamers sort of takes being, it begets being plugged in, it requires being plugged in. But being well educated on history on its own, it's like people who just read philosophy. I cannot stand people who just read philosophy because they're so lost in the goo. They're so out there, and they can never really land the plane. You need everything. You need the life experience, you need the history, and you need the philosophy in order to make claims about reality. In order to think correctly, not make claims, but in order to have the best chance of making coherent claims about reality. You need all three. If you just read philosophy, you're as stupid as someone who has never read philosophy. It's so frustrating when people just it's, to me, I don't know. I've brought this up a lot on streams, but it's like this concept of IQ and what IQ is, and it's why people who seem with high IQs seem like they're unhappy, and it's I don't know how we quantify IQ. High IQ seems just detrimental, or majorly detrimental. It should give you the best chance of survival, right? So it's the person with the lower IQ, but the person who can actually do things, get things done, make money, make decisions, move forward in life, does a lot better than the person who can just recall World War II facts. That's interesting. But if you cannot connect to a larger, if you can if you know every day down to the hour of World War II, but you can't connect that into a larger pattern, you can just speak the data points. That's not intelligence. That's just memorization. It has nothing to do with intelligence. It goes the same thing as philosophy. If you read philosophy and you collect anecdotes and you collect theories like Pokemon cards, where you're oh, Kant's categorical imperative. Let me recite what this is to you. That's not IQ. That's not intelligence at all. That's fucking stupid. You could be 80 IQ. You could be 80 IQ and understand what Kant said. I think you could be absolutely you could be useless. And if you can recite what someone else wrote, that is not a sign of your intelligence. But if you can read history and then read philosophy and then tie those things together in pattern recognition and then go out into the world and then tie your experience in the world together with what you've read and into some larger mosaic, that's intelligence. That's intelligence. That's building a theory. Ryan Kavanaugh, what's up? Intelligence equals wisdom. IQ doesn't measure wisdom. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Although I don't know if I'd call myself wise. The thing is, people who are truly wise don't yap all day. And people who are truly wise don't act like they know things. So, what do we got going on here? Ooh, Destiny. Destiny? No guest. I always think it's so funny. That people they fly people out for that podcast, because it just seems like such a I'm not gonna say waste of money, but it just seems like such a commitment. It seems like such a monetary commitment to fly guests out for your like secondary podcast. They must make a lot of money off of it to justify paying for people's plane tickets. Yes, we do. People usually get EQ with wisdom. What happened to Twitch now? Haha, you're wiser than a lot of people. You're doing what you can with what you know, which a lot of people don't. We love to live in denial, even when we know things. Hey, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that. What is happening with Twitch? There's a Twitch adpocalypse. Look, I'm gonna be frank with you. I care. I do care about this actually. What did the polls say? What did the polls say? Wouldn't high IQ suggest a strong ability to comprehend information? comprehend and memorize. Again, if you can take information and place it into a system versus just like memorizing data points. There's like the pragmatic. There's like memorizing information for a purpose. But if you can't place it into like a bigger picture, if you just know like independent facts and have good recall in memorizing the facts, but you can't place them into something, that's a totally different ball game. Also, it seems like everyone said fuck them all. No one cares about Twitch. That's interesting. I would have thought the opinion would have been different. Bad bot, go away. Need quality shrooms. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I would have thought, people would have thought differently. Let's see. Dexerto. What are they saying? What is the Twitch adpocalypse and what does it mean for streamers? Basically, it's like happening as we speak. A bunch of advertisers are pulling off of Twitch because of things that streamers have said without repercussion, and then those were brought to light by like Ethan Klein and then Dan Salzman. Several streamers have come out to claim that Twitch is going through an adpocalypse that's affecting their revenue income. For the month of November, several Twitch streamers have come out to say they've experienced a significant decline in their ad revenue. One of the many streamers who opened up with this was The Stock Guy, who during a stream showed his creator dashboard to show that his revenue had dropped by a whopping 95% in the last month, from over $100 a day to $15, despite not having gone through any controversies. He told his stream, "My advertising revenue is down 95%. Let me show you because I don't give a shit and I am transparent. I averaged about 100 to 200 a day in ad revenue, right? 5 days a week. You're making about 600 to 700 a week. You're talking about 2,800 a month, 3,000 a month. Adpocalypse reportedly affecting sub creators as much as 90%. It happens when advertisers from a platform mass boycott, blah, 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 blah. First Adpocalypse, YouTube, yeah. PewDiePie, shut the fuck up, I don't care about YouTube. This started in October when it was revealed Twitch had prevented users in Israel from joining the streaming platform for a full year following the October 7th, 2023 attacks. The streaming site and its CEO, Dan Clancy, also faced calls by Democratic Rep. Richie Torres to stop popularizing those who popularize anti-Semitism, and specifically singled out Hassan's political streams, saying platforming any of these terrorist organizations, as Piker's done, is beyond the pale. As reported by Richard Lewis, a number of significant companies have paused their advertising spending with the streaming platform and cited allegations of anti-Semitism as the reason why. In an attempt to be more advertiser-friendly, Twitch added a new stream label for political and sensitive social issues. See what Reddit has to say. Good evening. Hey, good evening, Der Goodchid. Independent of our cooperation, regardless of if we become batteries, like the Matrix. Yeah, do you have ads? I have ads. I get a few ads, but not too frequently. I take sponsorships when I can get them, but not too crazy. Nothing too crazy. What does this say? Out of the loop, r/out of the loop. I've been seeing vague posts and uploads regarding it, specifically with Mogul Mail, but everyone seems to just be fence-sitting and not mentioning people, whereas comments explicitly mention Keemstar, H3, Hassan, and other quite opinionated streamers. Answer. This is 2 days ago. The unfortunate answer is there isn't really any clear answer about the matter. I've dug around and tried to brush up on this quickly, and I might not be the expert, but I think I have a sense of the story at large. In brief, the claim up front is that Twitch is currently going through an ad apocalypse, which is to say supply/demand has resulted in way fewer advertisers fighting for the space on the platform, and as such, people running ads are getting less money per ad than normal. The stock guy, 95%, two of the streamers, Lacey and K. Sands, they're reporting 80% drops. Some streamers are blaming left-wing streamer Hassan, claiming he is driving advertisers away from the platform. On the flip side, other streamers seem to be blaming right-wing activity, including Osmond Gold, for the issue. Unsurprisingly, Hassan and Osmond Gold have blamed each other. Other streamers, notably XQC, argue that the adpocalypse isn't actually real. XQC's take on the matter is that people are either lying or delusional, and there's no evidence ad revenue is actually down on average, and that the individuals who are personally affected probably are getting demonetized for other reasons. Notably, if I read correctly, Lucy and Kaysan respectively used tags for Venezuela and Iran for their channels, which might have turned off some advertisers. I work in ad tech. A finger in the wind measurement is advertising budgets are down 20% for the year across the industry. This cut is not evenly distributed across ad products/platforms. These ad products like Twitch tend to be completely cut out of the budget, while marketing leading products like Facebook, Instagram tend to retain their typical spend. The bottom 20% of ad products get cut instead of all ad products getting a 20% cut. Many advertisers are also placing holds on their spend while they assess the fallout from the election. Political advertising is also done, so pricing is plummeted because traditional advertisers don't have the output of political ads to be seen now. Oh, that's fascinating. That's a good take. You can tell someone is a Fed when they unironically think Hassan is ideologically anti-Semitic. Like, bro, let me have the military-industrial complex check, please. He's like 31 at most. I'm a bit younger than that, man. I don't know why people watch Hassan. I don't know. I mean, I watch Destiny, so what am I going to say? So I'm sure people say, I don't know why people watch Destiny. It's dopaminergic sometimes. 28? 26. Close. Close. I'm still Unk status. Yeah, okay, here's the thing with Twitch. Twitch is bottom of the barrel advertisements. People don't really like, you're not paying attention to Twitch ads. And I don't think advertisers are really going for Twitch ads. I mean, look, if I look at I'd put it akin to my podcast. Like, I run advertisements on Horseshoe Theory through Acast. If you listen on Spotify, the ads are automatically placed through my RSS feed. And I collect very little money off of that because they're not paying a lot for that ad space. It's not good ad space. It's like a long-form podcast. The ad comes up, and you, like, barrel through it to get past it. No one really gives a fuck about it. Twitch is the same. It's all good. People always think I'm much older than I actually am. But yeah, people just aren't giving a fuck about Twitch ads. And also, Twitch is a bad platform for income, right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
So okay, here's the issue. Here's the issue with Twitch is that Twitch. If you go on YouTube, right? You're on YouTube. You'll watch like 20 different people throughout the day.
Yeah.
If you're a YouTube user, right? If you watch like 15 videos, you're probably watching 15 different creators.
Yeah, we're fans of all these different people.
Yeah.
On Twitch, I'm like a Hassan guy. I'm like a Destiny guy.
Yeah. You don't go on Twitch and watch 20 different streamers. You have like your people. You know.
Maybe you don't. I got 4 screens going on at the same time.
So
all different political perspectives.
The difference is that YouTube doesn't lose. If like YouTube would rather, instead of one Mr. Beast with 300 million subs, have 300 channels with 1 million subs, right? That's better for YouTube. That's more creators. That's more content. That's more advertisement space. Twitch, they want their big creators. The reason Hassan isn't getting banned the way like anybody on YouTube would have been fucking wiped off the platform by now if they had any similar controversy, the way it's happened many times before. Twitch needs their big creators because people are coming in, they're watching Hassan, and that's it. They need to keep Hassan. So it's a bad model for like sustainability, and it also means that like you have more protection because you're more valuable as an individual. But
did you change the title of the stream from the Twitch situation is crazy to something is happening ...
Yeah.
Did it work?
I just always call my streams that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, so like Hassan's untouchable because you need that one guy on top because he's like bringing in like the top one guy is bringing in like 90% of it.
Yeah, the top 50 Twitch streamers are putting in like 95% of the Twitch probably. I mean, I don't know. I'm spitballing that number.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds
right.
Yeah, it vibes right. Whereas like YouTube's not. You could erase Mr. Beast, those people would still come back to YouTube.
So is there a real adpocalypse going on right now? Is that like an actual thing?
Allegedly.
Because like I've also heard. Well, this is from Hassan, so who knows? But Hassan was like, "Nah, this isn't real. None of this is actually happening. It's not a big deal. This guy's just fallen off." That guy who was complaining about it, the 95% drop off guy, he was like, "Yeah, that guy just sucks."
When a Patreon subscriber messages you, does that actually reach you? Yeah, I pretty consistently, like, when I say consistently, I mean weekly, check my Patreon DMs, and we'll answer all of them.
What about your podcast Patreon DMs?
I don't do that very frequently.
I don't do that either.
I have too many things.
I think I've done it once or twice. I think someone suggested we get meme analysis on, and I was like, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're reachable on our personal Patreons. The Horseshoe Theory Patreon is less of a chance because we're not engaging with the Horseshoe Theory social media that frequently. Except
no, we could, but we will. We're gonna do it right now, starting right now. So if you want to reach both of us at the same time, $5 HST Pod.
$5 plus HST.
Plus HST.
At HST Pod.
Yeah, 13% more for all HST Pod purchases.
Pay the HST. That's good.
Shout out to all my HST enjoyers.
What do you think with that?
Interesting.
You like that?
You wanna throw your hat into the liberal Joe Rogan ring?
Fuck it.
I think Joshua Citarella should be the liberal Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Josh is 10 years on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's fucking jacked, dude.
Josh is
ridiculously jacked.
Josh is ridiculous. Can I pull a Josh up real quick?
Pull up a Josh.
Can I pull a Josh jacked up? Hey, can I get a show of hands in the chat for Josh Citarella, please? How many Josh Citarella fans are there? How many Doom Scroll podcast fans are there?
He's young enough. He's handsome. He's lib. I mean, he's not really lib. He's left, but
ooh.
I mean, come on. Look at his Instagram story.
I saw that today.
Check out that Instagram story. Every time I see Josh, I quiver. I quiver in being mogged.
Oh my god,
that's ridiculous. That's so crazy. How do you look like that? And it's all natural, and it's all just him. We're going to the gym and working out.
Damn, dude, that's fucked up. That fucking shoulder vein, the shoulder striation.
Having abs with this body is insane.
Having abs with that body is insane. That fucking dude, those delts are capped. The forearms are big. He's lean. He's also like he's very good. He goes for aesthetics, and
Yeah.
I can tell that for two big reasons here. I can tell this for two big reasons. One is the delts. Unless if you're targeting like your mid delt to get that much width, which is like the only reason you would do that. That's like in a bodybuilding, like that's an aesthetics thing. Two, he doesn't work on his traps.
Oh, interesting.
Because like big traps aren't super aesthetic. That's gonna be like more powerlifting.
Right.
But like just aesthetic lifters will not do shrugs because it's like you don't really want like a giant bump there.
Yeah.
Yeah, helps with the taper.
Damn.
Big neck though. All right, Jack, huge.
Our Chad Grinder stream. There's only so much you can compliment another man. What a genius. Yeah, and he's like he's hip to the vibe, you know. He's like he's got his finger on the pulse. He actually knows what's going on and has solutions for it.
He does.
Yeah, that's a good liberal Joe Rogan. That's like a liberal Joe Rogan who's a good person. We have options for liberal Joe Rogan who are bad people.
We do.
We have no shortage. Damn.
Female Josh Citarella, Elliot Rodger.
Mary.
That's crazy.
Mary.
Would you?
I would, yeah. That's an instant marriage. You've had Joshua Cittarella's personality imported into that woman.
Oh man. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Flip.
I like that image.
I met the dude who made that art piece. I was hanging out with Josh.
Let me creep Josh here. Let me creep Josh. Go all the way back.
He wasn't always so jacked, you know.
It wasn't always so jacked.
No, just be a lot smaller.
When?
I don't know. A while ago. Probably when he wasn't posting his body quite as much.
Where'd he go?
It's kind of crazy how he's in a place now where he can post memes and thirst traps, which is normally the female dating strategy, the female meme person strategy. You post a bunch of funny memes and you post your picture of yourself and your hot girl, and people are like, wow, and she has a good sense of humor. She's just like me, and then she gets a billion followers.
I gotta find Josh's. I gotta find like a mid Josh.
He used to be fat, you know. Do you know this?
When was he fat?
He used to be like fat. He had a bit of a U arc going on where now he's jacked. Now he's jacked and handsome.
I gotta find mid Josh.
I don't know if he would have posted it. I just remember him showing me pictures of himself, and I was like, yeah, it's he's got like a beanie on, and he's like fat. Looks really bad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm like we're digging deep in the Josh on the Josh gram, on the Josh posting.
I mean, he's an old man. This could be like 2017. Like, you don't know how far back you have to go.
I like that. That's awesome, dude. I love lizards. Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude.
He's 25. No, he's not.
I'm getting mid 2010s from this. Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a crazy. 340 weeks ago. How long ago is that? 6 years. Almost 6 years.
Yeah.
2018. 2018 was 6 years ago. 2018 is almost 7 years ago, Greg.
That doesn't make me feel anything.
No?
No.
You're like, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Time passes.
Shut up. No, it doesn't. Time doesn't pass.
I'm still 15.
Time passes when
You know the people who are like deeply upset by time passing? You know the kinds of people?
Yeah.
They're not emulatory.
The time seethers.
Yeah, those people are like, they are sad because they actually haven't done anything with their lives. I have had the most eventful year of my life, so I mean, I'm like, yeah, time's passing. That makes sense. It's been about a year since I started doing a lot of things.
It has been about a year since I started doing a lot of things as well.
Yeah.
Who's that?
You that was his girlfriend at the time.
At the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate time seethers, man. I used to hang out with this dude, and I'd go see him like when I was in university back in the hometown, and he would just like talk about high school memories. But he would talk about high school memories like immediately after high school. Like he actually never had a period in his life that he enjoyed. It was just being out of high school for like 6 months. I came back like the first winter. And immediately he was like, "Hey man, remember like grade 11?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, it was a year and a half ago. I'm 18. I'm in university." And it was just, he never gave it up. We'd be like 22, same thing, 23.
Yeah.
I don't talk to him anymore, but it was wild. He was a time seether, did nothing with his life.
Time seether. That's a good phrase. I like that.
Yeah. It's a specific type of person. Reminiscing is the lowest form of conversation.
I agree.
Yeah.
Too backward looking.
Yeah, I never look backwards. Try to never reminisce.
Wow, you immediately just took that to its most extreme.
What?
I was just like, yeah, reminiscing's bad. You're like, never reminisce, never do it.
Oh, these have a good. That's like over 10 years. That's like around 10 years
Wait,
ago.
click that one.
This one?
No, the other one. Yeah. Is one of those Josh? No.
I don't think that's Josh.
No, there's no Josh in that.
There's no Josh in this. Wow, dude, I love these.
Fat Josh.
I like these images of just like cubes and piles of dirt.
Yeah. I think this is probably when he was actually in the art world.
Yeah. Super arted up. Oh, there's young Josh.
2013. He doesn't look that bad.
Dude, he looks like Leafy a little bit. Imagine if Josh was Leafy.
He was just like exactly Leafy. What happened to Leafy after he got banned? Cuts to Joshua Citarella on a bunch of podcasts.
Who's this? Who's the first guy to ever comment on one of Josh's posts? Oh, wow. This guy.
Just some random guy has 50,000 followers.
Just some random guy with 50,000 followers. Hey, I'm just some random guy with like 2.5 thousand, dude.
Yeah. I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like Josh has got that. Josh has got the clout.
I said I'll get around to it. Get off my case, Fox.
It's probably time to with the Costco guys. Wait, I want to see the mother's concerned.
Hi, honey. Hope you've recovered from your many travels. You know I like your long hair, but yours is starting to look a bit hobo-ish. Your identification is your looks. Your identification is your looks a lot, honey, and you're so handsome, so do not destroy that great asset. Also, the beard is not a good looking okay for you, as you have great skin that is covered now.
That's awesome. His mother is a hairdresser, and she's like really into beauty and skin and stuff.
That's really funny.
He's been using on cutting his hair short. Is he?
I want to see Jack JJ.
Yeah, Jack JJ arc. I can see it.
Can we get a Jack JJ in the chat?
In the chat.
Can I get some Jack? Can you generate me some Jack JJs?
That would be a big. I would like to see if the AI knew who JJ McCullough was to the point where they could make him Jack.
Let's see.
Josh just commented on your liberal Joe Rogan.
He did. I saw that.
How serendipitous.
How serendipitous. What's that, guys? Let me log into my ChatGPT account. Shit. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, god damn it. Oh, god. Come on. What's going on here? Woodman? You keylog me. There we go. There we go. Hey. Thank you. Give me your cookies, man. 2 months of mass morality, dude. You're the most dedicated art chatter. Generate. Actually, sorry. You know what's? I'm gonna have a better chance. Why am I using Dolly, dude? I'm gonna have a much better chance with I'm gonna have a much better chance with Grok. W Streamlabs dead. So what does that mean? Generate JJ. Let's see if it knows who JJ McCullough is. gained views. Oh. Oh. Wow. Knows all about JJ. Generate an image of him. Okay. Let's see. Oh, come on. That's not JJ McCullough. You stupid idiot. You stupid dum-dum. JJ McCullough. A YouTuber. Generate an image. That's actually fucked up, but that's AI. That's a very convincing image. Wow, that's so weird, actually. That's so that's so bizarre. It's such a natural image. Ignore besides the coffee cup. Actually, the desk. Nah, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, guys. Hey, Sneeko. Oh, it's not Sneeko. Goddamn. What's this? Atomic Habits, The God Delusion, The Selfish Gene, Neil deGrasse Tyson, The Origin of Species, Physics for Beginners, The Dictionary, 48 Laws of Power, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, Everything is Fucked, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Do Epic Shit, Morning Miracle, The Art of Seduction, The Trial. That's so. Why would you say that? Beyond Good and Evil, Why I'm an Atheist. What the fuck? That's schizophrenic. That's a totally schizophrenic book. Wow. That's awesome, dude. That's fucking so sick. Okay. Yeah, maybe the adpocalypse isn't actually happening. Maybe this isn't a big deal. I'm competing with too many streamers. I got the Destiny stream and the Jacob Jones stream, man. Competing with too many big streamers right now. What we got here? Oh, the video's silent? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna restart. I'm so sorry. I'll restart that.
Candles flickered in the darkness, marking 1,000 days of war, just as Moscow signals an ominous new threat. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said nuclear weapons can be used in response to a conventional attack from any nation supported by a nuclear power, just as Ukraine is supported by the U.S. It follows the U.S. decision to let Ukraine strike targets inside Russia with American long-range missiles, which Ukraine has now taken advantage of. The Kremlin claims it's a new phase of the Western war against Russia, saying it represents the direct...
Yo, like the stream if you're here. For the love of God. For the love of all that is holy and mighty. Like the stream.
involvement of the U.S. and its allies.
Despite what Russia says, neither the United States nor NATO pose any threat to Russia.
Nuclear saber-rattling has been part of Russia's playbook since day one of its full-scale invasion.
And any call for nuclear warfare is an irresponsibility.
The threats have never materialized. Former diplomats see little reason why they would now.
We should not be deterred from supporting the Ukrainians just because they're changing something on a piece of paper.
Yet Russian desperation is increasingly evident on the front lines. Renewed nuclear threats may be a short-term deterrent, with Moscow banking on the election of Donald Trump, potentially opening the door to a negotiated truce in the new year.
The challenge for anyone negotiating right now is going to be trying to create a lasting peace that actually keeps Ukraine safe, as opposed to...
I hate when they get these fucking people in that say the dumbest shit. The challenge for anybody negotiating is to create lasting peace. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Go fuck yourself. Where do they find these people, dude? Who is that? Where's this guy? The world's #1 Ukraine scholar?
Right now.
Simon Miles. They just fucking call randos in all the time, dude. They got it's like this fucking clip about the Ukraine war. They got this guy who pops in and he goes, "The challenge about anyone who wants a Ukraine deal is to create lasting peace." And they just have that clip. I'm like, dude, you got a guy to say that? You had to get a whole guy from Duke University in Durham, North Carolina to say that.
I'm sure he has more thoughts than that. I'm sure he's got a book about it. I'm sure you can read it on his Substack.
I don't trust him.
I think that the main thing is peace.
The thing about hockey is it's all about the players.
That's basically, there's people who basically just do that in hockey. It's like the sports commentator guys. That's basically the guy shot the puck in the net and he scored. But they have a lot more colorful words than that.
More colorful words.
More colorful words.
He shoots the puck and he scores. You see, the thing about hockey is it's all about shooting the puck in the net. The thing about football is it's all about running with the ball to the touchdown zone. If you can't do that, you're not going to be good at football.
It's true. That's what they be like.
The thing about Ukraine and Palestine, the thing about Israel and Palestine,
All about putting the puck in the net.
Ukraine and Palestine, Israel and Palestine, they need peace. If you don't have peace, you're going to have war, and that's bad.
The thing is, if we fail at achieving peace in this situation, this critical situation, there's only one alternative, and that is war.
There's going to be war if there's no peace?
If there's no peace, there's going to be war.
I've never thought about that before.
Well, that's why I got paid the big bucks to...
That's
why I paid the big bucks to study at Duke University.
You're the expert.
I'm the expert. I mean, I may not have any money, but I have paid a lot of money.
Hey, guys, the social media experts here. Hey, guys.
The big number is better than the small number.
Hey, guys, the stray cat experts here, everybody. Have fun. Can you get me a piece of nicotine gum?
Sure.
I fucking got him, dude. I just solved these complicated geopolitical issues. Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Nick said, "Psh, give him the pack." But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you a little piece.
I get one. Why do I get one piece?
Well, because you don't need the... I'll take that one. You don't need the whole pack.
You don't know what I need.
You want the pack?
Yeah.
Fine. You don't know what I need? I need 9 pieces of gum, even though I asked for 1. I need 9.
Dude, I need 9 pieces of gum.
I asked for 1, but now that I see 9, I need 9.
Now that I need dude, would you do it any different?
I don't know if I would.
You don't know if you would.
I'm not confident enough to take a stand and say I wouldn't.
Me and Greg are opening a bar.
What?
Me and Greg are opening a bar
No, we're not.
in Truro, Nova Scotia.
What? This is even worse.
Yeah, we're opening a bar in Truro, Nova Scotia.
We're relocating to
You've been to Truro.
I like Truro. I'm not gonna live there.
Remember, we both like Truro.
Okay, well,
You like bars.
I'll let you free associate on this one.
Have you had a bad time every time you've been in a bar?
Yes, many.
Every
all the time.
every time you go to a bar, you have a bad time.
Various times I've had a bad time in a bar because I don't drink.
Do you like Community?
I'm not entertaining this. I did see that your gay bar, your woke bar, shut down in Truro.
Yeah, my woke bar. Here it is. The woke themed bar. Look at this. Safety, dignity, and healthcare for all trans people.
Rogan, they're dead.
Save the planet.
They're dead. What are you getting
Destroy
mad at?
tyranny.
They're dead. They
I
died.
like this poster.
They're not here
The
anymore.
working class strikes back.
These people lost all of their money.
Over your cities, grass will
Their
grow.
business idea failed. All of this failed.
Stop telling women to smile, and it's like
What's-
spray painted on the wall.
What's there to worry about anymore? These people are dead. They died. Everything this represents is gone now.
Good.
Well, there. I mean, this
Actually, I'm quite upset a small business closed.
No, okay, so you're just gonna be permanently mad about this, no matter which way it goes.
Yeah, I'm quite upset a small business closed. This is probably hundreds of thousands of dollars yearly removed from the local economy of Toronto, Nova
Wait, hold
Scotia.
on. Make a nicotine bar and only sell. Well, let's do a shisha bar. I'll do a shisha bar with you. You can sell the booze. I'll sell the shisha.
Yeah, yes, and we compete.
Well, we're in the same building. We're in the
No,
same
we have
bar.
two. We have two market stalls right beside each other. One's
Right.
red, one's blue.
Okay.
And we compete.
And you're based, and I'm woke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come get based whiskey.
You can sell based beer, and I'll sell sissy shisha.
Sissy shisha, woke shisha,
Shishy shisha.
wishy shisha shisha,
Shisha.
shisha.
Bro's name is Greg. Bro's name is Greg. What is that supposed to mean?
Maid Cafe.
I don't like. You know where that person's a degenerate, and they're envisioning in both of us in maid costumes.
Maid Cafe.
No, don't shake your head. That's all they need for that.
Maid
Their
Cafe.
Queen's gonna last another 10 fucking years now.
Maid Cafe.
For you and me, this is a little joke we're sharing that's gonna take 30 seconds. For him, this is 10 years of Maid Cafe hyper obsession.
Maid Cafe. Nicotine Maid Cafe. Come on.
I mean, I'm not.
I don't want
opposed
we're
to
not
it.
the maids.
So we have just a bunch of hot chicks around us, and we're doing a lot of nicotine.
Yeah, a lot of nicotine, hot chicks, bourbon,
That's just my life already.
laptops.
That's just my life already.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, it is. Come to the CCCRU, you'll understand.
You'll understand. We have 2 women in the studio today.
There's 2 women in the studio right now.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy.
There was, at one point, probably about 7.
At the Halloween party.
Yeah.
Maybe
There-
more.
There was at one point 7 to 9. I didn't even count. I lost count.
Yeah, the ratio was so even, I lost count.
I lost count of how many women have come to the studio.
I've come probably at 20 plus, 30 plus.
Yeah.
Probably 30 plus.
30 plus women?
Yeah, probably.
Hey. Except for the podcast. We have too many women on there.
Podcast is like approaching 50-50 now.
Podcast is too many women. I want less women on the podcast.
If you are an angry red pill Toronto man, you can come on. You can come on the pod. Just let us know.
You have to be doing something.
Yeah, you can't just be an angry random red pill guy.
You have to have like a cool job or like a project.
If you know any Toronto red pill influencers, send them our way.
I'd love to talk to a Toronto Red Pill influencer. I get along with them too well.
That's true. He would hang out with Brogan, and then you would just see Brogan getting way more red pill all of a sudden.
Yeah. That guy's so right.
Or are you like, do you not go back? Because you already kind of had your red pill stuff. Do you not go back if it's like, if you feel like you've been there, done that?
It depends. It depends on how much I consider power as the highest good. Because sometimes on certain days, I don't feel like power is the highest good. And on certain days, I feel like power is the highest good. Like power is, you're either chasing power or you're failing. And every other way we justify that is just a semantic game.
Very Nietzschean.
Yeah. So it depends on how Nietzschean I'm feeling. When I'm feeling Nietzschean, I'm feeling pretty red pill.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I could be, I could be more red pill. I could not be. I'm not
You
even.
could definitely be more red.
I'm not even the reddest. I could get redder, dude. This might not have been. I might be.
Catch this guy after he's eating gluten. He's red. He is the red pill.
I embody the red pill. I can get redder.
I'm the reddest guy though right now.
I do make an argument for being like jacked and rich a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's a moral good. You should be jacked and rich.
Sure.
I'd say it's a collective moral good to be jacked and rich because you inspire others to do so.
And it's bad when you live in an economic recession because then less people can be jacked and rich.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, we're on the same page there.
Yeah. We agree.
Wait, scroll up.
Yeah.
Every unhinged... Oh, never mind. It's just another cult circle. I just want to see what the newest cult circle video was.
The newest cult circle video?
Yeah.
What about the No Laws? Alice in Chunderland 7 years ago, Brody TV.
I don't know. I don't want to know what Brody TV was like 7 years ago.
I can't watch his videos on my streams.
Right. Too many slurs.
Too many slurs.
Okay. I'm going to go do leg day.
Go do a leg day, man. Go do a sexy fucking leg day. I want you. Can I direct it?
No. What do you mean?
What are you doing for leg day?
I'm going to do squats like a normal person. I'm going to do lunges like a normal person. I'm not going to do any fucking fancy optimization shit. I'm just going to do normal things.
Squats.
Yeah, squats and lunges and...
Do some hamstring curls.
Yeah, I'll do like the hamstring curls.
I would do some hip.
No, too much. I'll do 4. I do the same thing every day. It's
calves?
simple. I don't do calves.
You have to do calves. That's.
Why do I have to do calves?
You have to do calves.
I do calves on occasion, but like...
You do calves today. Finish your workout with calves.
Why?
Because nothing else targets them.
Okay.
And it's like small calves, small life. Everyone knows that.
I can do calves. That's not a big deal.
Do calves today. That's all I was gonna say.
All right.
And then you hip abductions. They're really good for mobility.
Okay. See, this is the problem. I seated like an inch, and now he's taking a mile. Now I gotta do hip ab. I gotta get my fucking hip abducted by aliens. I'm gonna be walking back with no hip.
Do calves.
Okay.
This woman likes you.
Jessica Roberts. Well, I like Jessica Roberts. Jessica, let's get married. Let's do it right now. Jessica Roberts. Roberts Jessica. A person I've never known who is in our Chad's chat.
You know, when I'm by myself in here, I'm like, hey, I'm looking pretty good. Then you come in here, and I kind of look like a root.
Like a root?
Yeah, like a root vegetable.
You look great. You look fine.
I kind of have like a pump. I have like a pumpkin. I'm like a pumpkin man.
This is good lighting for both of us.
Hey, I'm okay with being a pumpkin man.
I like this lighting. I always come in here. I'm thinking
You're kind of like a carrot.
I'm like a carrot.
You're like a carrot guy. You're like a carrot guy, and I'm like a potato.
That's fine. We can be a carrot and a potato. That makes a delicious stew. We could be a delicious stew together. We've made a delicious stew. We made a real melting pot here in this little space in Toronto. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay, have fun. I like Goku Naru, but man, I wish he'd hold off on the anti-Semitic rants. I'd have to see it. I haven't watched his streams in a couple weeks. I have not been watching his streams in a couple weeks. How's What If Alt His doing? How your videos doing, big guy? Oh, popular. Home. Videos. Is bureaucracy... Oh, that was his last video. Fascinating guy. Fascinating guy. What do you got here? Why England is so ugly. Where'd the news go? BC ferries. Russia lowers nuclear threshold. 4 hours. Some fucking shit with the Montreal Gazette. Fuck you. Fuck it. Calgary Zoo. Gorilla does. Homo sapiens versus Neanderthals. I'm a Homo sapien, dude. I'm a Homo sapien supremacist. Come on, man. Who do you think you're talking to? You think I wouldn't be a Homo sapien supremacist? Fuck Neanderthals. Fuck them. List of longest walks. Length. 24,000 kilometers. Ohio 20-year-old Stephen Newman crossed 21 countries on a 4-year solo walk. His motive was a deep urge to find out if the world is really such a terrible place as everybody was saying. He concluded that it wasn't, even though he was arrested several times, attacked by bandits and a drunken construction worker, and had to fend off wild boars and other creatures. That's fucking beautiful. That's beautiful. German twin get real by a Turkish trans girl. Was philosophy, pressure point. The president's logistics, full movie. Sorry, kid. Daddy's not feeling very cash money. Yeah, I've been there. Every good man has. Fellas, true sense of Skyrim the second they go home. That's an awesome meme. That's an awesome fucking meme, dude. What is this? Oh, it's the same. What the fuck? How is this already a meme format? We just read this. How is this already a fucking meme format? Oh my god. What of autist, schizo or not? I'd say not schizo. Definitely not schizo. He's autistic. But he's not schizo. I think he's genuinely well read. I'd say he's genuinely well read. He's young. Like, I don't know. There's a point where, you know, he's definitely more well read than most people. I'd say like the vast majority of people, he's more well read. He's young. I don't think he has a comprehensive worldview. I think he seems a little isolated sometimes, but I could see him becoming someone very serious. I could see him becoming someone that people take extremely seriously. But there's also like YouTube is a bad platform. YouTube rewards being a reactionary. YouTube rewards having crazy takes. Making the video about the Civil War happening any day now is going to do better than explaining, you know, like the nuances of the fucking American electoral system. So it's an issue with the platform, not really an issue with the creator. But I could see him doing something important in the next 10 years. Why feminine? Yeah. There's this like conspiratorial kind of like wrapped up neatly with a bow thinking. And I think like a lot of right wingers and a lot of like internet right wingers look at like the sexual revolution and women getting the right to vote as a thing they keep landing back on. They're like, oh, this is when society collapsed. There's like this specific era of women getting the right to vote and then sexual revolution, which is I don't know, like I could see why, because it's like that would be, if you want to think schizophrenically about it, if you want to like, you know, wildly extrapolate, it's like only society has only been dictated by the masculine for like the entirety of human history. Or I should say, like democracy, up until that point, was dictated by the masculine, and then you have the feminine enters, and like that would be like having more women in spaces and business and government would be a vibe shift that I think if you wanted to, you know, find neat answers to things, you could convince yourself that is the be all end all change. And after that is when the West began to fall. I could see coming to that conclusion, but I don't think it's true. That's awesome, dude. It's a fucking sick meme. That's a sick meme. God damn, dude. How did shit go fucking so viral so fast? This guy, I just woke up one day and this guy was here. When your girlfriend gets mad at you for being on your phone, but she was literally just on her phone, but you can't be mad at her because you're low key just a chill guy. Fuck off, dude. God damn, man. A boot? Did I drop in a boot? A boat. A boat. Boot. What are you talking about? A boat. I don't know. I say it's like a Nova Scotian. I don't say a boot. A boat. A boat. A boat. Yeah, that's a Nova Scotian accent. That's not a Canadian accent. Very different. Excuse me. Very different things. Please and thank you. Respect my culture. What's it? There's some things in the Discord I wanted to bring up here. Let's watch this.
This video is going to attempt to give you a
29
useful
minutes.
and complete answer to a very valid question. When you're browsing, engaging, or debating with political content on Twitter or X, roughly what percentage of those interactions are not with a real person? Over the last 10 years, how often were you literally talking to bots or people pretending to be your American or Western European neighbors working in this office building, a massive troll farm in St. Petersburg, Russia? We're going to explore who you've been interacting with, what tools they're using, and how much they're being paid to do it. And we're even going to look at some guidelines that a fake social media user has to follow when interacting with you. Most importantly, we're going to go very deep into understanding how misinformation works and why it's a thing. This video is going to be fucking wild, so let's just get on with it.
That wouldn't
I've been
hurt.
fascinated with postmodern politics pretty much my entire adult life, at least since 9/11. If there's a book about it, it's probably on my bookshelf. I named an entire album after it. This era of existentialism and politics blending seamlessly at a time when there's incredible technology emerging is a very strange place in history that will probably be remembered for as long as humans exist. Politics have always contained a generous helping of bullshit and exaggeration, but what we are experiencing in America and many European countries right now is not that. It isn't hiding from the truth. It is intentional, rampant public obfuscation of truth's definition. It's called the post-truth era, or consensus reality. I'm going to do my best to approach this with as little political bias as possible, because wherever you are on the political compass, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, misinformation is an attack on you. And to understand how and why that works, we have to go back to the turn of the century, as post-Soviet Russia was recovering from hyperinflation and dealing with...
Wait, what do you mean, man? Zzz. This got me fucking hooked, dude.
Anywhere in the world today. In the early 2000s, the Russian government dealt with their social dysfunction problem by getting covertly involved with youth movements and fringe political parties. At the time, a man named Vladislav Surkov was hired as a close advisor to Vladimir Putin. And remember the name Surkov, because he is quite possibly one of the most fascinating and important figures in contemporary politics, and I bet that by the end of this video you will agree with me. This might be a little bit of an oversimplification, but Surkov believed that instead of trying to hide truth from people, you attack truth itself. For example, some of the people that Vladimir Putin had allegedly had killed or assassinated ended up turning up alive months or years later. Others were revealed to be Putin loyalists that were suspected to have been killed by radicalist groups that opposed Putin. Putin repeatedly warned of opposition parties staging a false flag operation by executing their own leaders and then pinning it on Moscow, and then both real and fake bloggers speculated on who that might be and what that might mean. So when the time came for Putin's political rival Boris Nemtsov to be shot and killed down the street from the Kremlin the night before a large rally he had organized, the truth was so obscure for people that they just chose their own personal ideal realities. Putin loyalists blamed his critics, and Putin's critics blamed him. And in this thick fog, over the decades, hundreds of journalists were murdered, imprisoned, or deported under Putin's leadership. After the financial crisis, as the Arab Spring and Occupy movements were gaining traction and spreading in the West, Surkov had the Kremlin supporting more youth movements such as the anti-fascist group Nashi and right-wing nationalist group Project Network and Project Set, among plenty of others with sometimes violently opposing ideals. The key difference this time is that it wasn't a secret. The administration was completely open about it. Every group enjoying the financial and political support of the Kremlin now knew that their opponents were too. Every voter whose interests had parity or commonality with one of the groups now realized that a government that they hated or loved was supporting it and the group opposing it, and vice versa. If the run-on sentence that just came out of my mouth is a little bit hard to follow, good. That's the whole point. Imagine being a politically active Russian citizen at the time. It was absolutely confusing by design, and Surkov had realized that the path to definite, unchallenged power is one where objectivity, logic, and truth are removed. You cannot defeat what you cannot define. In 2013, notorious oligarch and leader of the Wagner mercenary group Yevgeny Prigozhin, also known as the saddest thumb in Russia, formally started the Internet Research Agency in St. Petersburg, which was in close collaboration with Moscow and therefore Surkov. So in 2014, the operating budget of the IRA was close to $1 million a month. And the reason I'm using US dollars in this video is because the Russian ruble's value has been kind of all over the place in the last few decades, to say the least. This monthly $1 million or so paid for around 300 employees to write around 30,000 posts. I was lucky enough to find somebody who had this job and who had secretly saved documents, and they were paid what would roughly amount to between $900 and $1,200 per month. And this is adjusted for inflation, so not really great money. They would typically hire anybody willing to work for a data entry job listing, and then they would be required to sign an NDA before finding out what they would be doing. Allegedly, some of the people that took the job ended up not being able to read or write well, even in Russian, and had to be let go. And most of those who remained found the work agonizing. So the average employee retention was only a few months. So early on, most of this work was done on Facebook or VK, and it was mostly concerned with regional issues, such as puppet accounts pretending to be Russian nationalists living in Ukraine, calling for the annexation of their own country. And some relatively advanced marketing tactics were used. One such tactic was repetitive association. They'd use a specific ugly word or insult with a politician's name constantly, even if it didn't make sense within context. For example, I'm just going to be honest with you here, I personally think that Vladimir Putin's head looks a lot like a pea, and I'm sorry you can't unsee this ever. So let's just call him P-head Putin. Obviously, I don't have any sort of thing to tell you about Putin that has to do with peas other than his head looking like one, but P-head Putin wants to subjugate Ukraine. Some people believe that P-head Putin wants to recreate the Russian Empire and renegotiate the end of the Cold War. Some believe that he's desiring total world domination inside that little P-head of his. Months and years of this over and over might make you take this person a little bit less seriously as a leader, and it's actually effective. And think about where else you may have seen these tactics.
Lion Ted. What's your name? My name's Lion Ted Cruz. Crooked Hillary, Sleepy Joe, and Crazy Bernie.
But very quickly, within a few years, the IRA program aggressively expanded and set their sights on the upcoming 2016 elections in the United States. When doing research and interviews for this video, I obtained quite a few documents, and my favorite of those documents are the guideline that troll farm workers have to follow when interacting with Americans. And I've had them professionally translated, and I'll share the documents down below. But here are some highlights of how the troll campaign works. So each troll farm employee must have two different tiers.
Why have I never heard of this channel?
Of troll accounts, and in the first tier,
this is fucking bomb, dude. This is awesome.
To purchase 20 pre-existing Facebook accounts with pre-existing community memberships. So the second tier is newly created accounts that supports the first tier, and the second tier will follow businesses and local politicians, and they're instructed to join Facebook groups and make friends with real Americans. They must upload photos and statuses and life updates and news articles about things unrelated to politics a minimum of once every 3 days. Nowadays, it's safe to assume that the amount spent on troll farms and bots eclipses the 2016 election cycle. It's more rampant than it's ever been, but even back in 2016, when you go through the reports of the tiny sliver of things that have been proven to be Russian trolling, it's staggering. There are images, videos, posts, entire online campaigns that I personally remember seeing that ended up being 100% intentionally fabricated. If you're an American or European watching this, your political reality and memories are partially manipulated by the Russian government. Oh, and I know, I am very aware that at this point we are all accustomed to hearing the broken record of Russian interference, and depending on your politics, you either imagine Trump using propaganda to steal an election, or you imagine a giant hoax played out by the Democrats. And if you paid attention to this video so far, contemplating the fact that there is no middle ground or compromise between those two things should hit you like a sack of bricks. It's also worth noting that virtually every populated country has a troll farm these days to try and manipulate their own affairs.
I just played Oblivion on my last stream. Didn't do well. It's really, streaming's so annoying because, look, it's like YouTube, right? You're only as good as your last video, and you're only going to do as well as your last video. So, like, I was pulling 100 viewers consistently. My last stream, I, fucked off and just did, Oblivion. I was just wasn't talking. I was being lazy, and I got down to 19 concurrent, and now this stream not doing too well. Gotta stay consistent. Don't fuck with your format. Don't fuck with your format. Also, please like your stream, or like the stream if you're here. Help say it.
Including the United States. And while Russia is the proud leader in international psyops, Iran is suspected to have troll farms that are interfering with American politics as well. When people think of Russian misinformation, they associate it with Donald Trump. These troll farms were very involved in Bernie Sanders' 2016 campaign. They were involved in Black Lives Matter accounts and Facebook pages and white supremacist rallies. The goal isn't to make America right-wing, it's just that right-wing influencers and politicians seem to be more, sorry, but gullible when it comes to amplifying misinformation.
You have to wonder why they care so much about money and other resources going to a famously corrupt country. Is it crucial that the money and those resources are actually fighting Putin, or is it crucial that the money and resources do other things? Politicians might have some significant interest in where the money and resources go in that particular country.
Funding a government in Ukraine that's putting priests in jail, sending the army in to close churches, and coming to a Russian grocery store, the heart of evil, it will radicalize you against our leaders.
So how does this all work?
Fuck
For
Tucker
example,
Carlson,
in the last week
dude.
alone, there have been numerous leaks of U.S. ballot counters of poll workers destroying votes, and those videos were entirely fabricated and filmed by Russian troll farms. How exactly does that wind up on your feed? Okay, so this part gets dark, really dark. Telegram is notoriously filled with CSAM, or child sexual abuse material. In fact, the CEO, Russian-born Pavel Durov, was just controversially arrested in France a few months ago in relation to this, as Telegram proudly ignores court orders, warrants, watchdog groups, or user reports flagging CSAM on its servers. Just one nonprofit group, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, has received over 570,000 reports of CSAM on Telegram. There's a staggering amount of Telegram group chats and channels that obtain material through hacking or blackmail and then use the chat's file retention to host it while charging users cryptocurrency for an invitation to the chat and access to the content. If there's one positive thing about this, it's that this improvised payment gateway limits the spread of the material and makes it less likely to show up in unrelated channels. But unfortunately, recently, that's changing now too. There are tons of really popular random Telegram channels with hundreds of thousands of users, and they're completely open to the public, and they're in both Russian and English, and on them, anything goes. And please watch the rest of this segment before checking them out for yourself. These channels or groups attract a younger, male, edgy audience looking for content that would otherwise be censored or moderated elsewhere on the internet. And wherever you are on the political spectrum, I'm assuming that we can agree that that personality type is more likely to be a political extremist. So it turns out that more than a few of these channels are set up and moderated by Russian troll farms who feed them a variety of crazy viral videos containing assault, death and nudity, war propaganda videos, political propaganda leaks, and allegedly porn, and shares and leaks from the CSAM channels.
The channel username is Ben Jordan. Ben with 2 N's, Jordan.
Joining one of these channels under any circumstances, as there may be more to this than simply just using illegal content to lure edgy Americans into being fed misinformation. If someone is posting 0-day manufactured political propaganda on X, there's a realistic chance that they have unencrypted thumbnails of all of the media that they've encountered on those Telegram channels stored locally on their computer or phone's Telegram cache, even if they weren't seeking out illegal content and even if they didn't download anything. All I'm saying is that the fingerprints and tracks many of these users are leaving behind opens a lot of opportunity for blackmail or extortion, and I think that there's a chance that there's a bigger story behind that. So our 0-day user shares the leak, in this case saving a video from Telegram and uploading it to X, and this video surfaced 4 days ago on October 31st, showing Haitian migrants claiming to vote multiple times right here in and around Atlanta, Georgia. Now the FBI, CISA, ODNI, to name a few, all flagged it as disinformation using an influence actor. I used creepy facial recognition to find multiple matches of a South African actor. I'm not going to dox him, but I'm pretty sure that this guy was at a film festival in Cape Town a month ago. So Alpha Fox 78, a popular meme and crypto account operated by an unknown person, also re-uploaded the video to X. And that video got reposted by a lot of suspicious troll and bot accounts on October 31st. And then it was reposted repeatedly by Amy Kramer, the Republican National Convention committee woman for Georgia. And after the very Republican Georgia governor and Secretary of State both told her that it was disinformation, she wrote a novel about her rights and blamed everybody else, and still, 4 days later, has not removed the fake video. Her title legitimizes the video. But hey, let's pause for a moment and acknowledge these X users' freedom of speech, even though it's not a First Amendment issue because X is not the government, but you know what I'm saying. If I were to, I don't know, upload a short clip from last night's UFC event on ESPN, how long would it take X to intervene and remove it? Well, I did, and the answer is 9 minutes. So the mechanism to automatically moderate content is certainly still there. It's just apparently disabled or very slow when it comes to foreign misinformation. You know what we should do? Let's revisit the X/Twitter timeline in the last 2 years, because many of my viewers will remember almost all of this stuff, but it hits pretty hard when you see it all in one place. In October of 2022, Twitter had a fair valuation of about $30 billion, and after a whole year of unsuccessful scheming and negotiating, Elon bought Twitter for $44 billion. Despite being the wealthiest man in history at the time, Elon borrowed about a third of this from lenders like Morgan Stanley, Fidelity, Barclays, and so on. And of course, Elon has not paid back the debt to these banks, and the loan is now widely regarded as the worst buyout deal for banks since the 2008 financial crisis. A month later, banned and suspended accounts were reinstated in mass, including but not limited to accounts that were banned for inciting violence, bots, and confirmed misinformation trolling accounts. Also in that month, Twitter verification was completely overhauled and monetized. You used to require multiple high-level news sources citing you as a notable person to get verification. Now, anybody with a prepaid foreign credit card could easily become a verified member that gets prioritized in the algorithm. Virtually everyone's inbox looked like this as bots overwhelmingly took over the majority of direct message contact on the site. The FTC even got involved, but not as much as the EU, and we'll get to that very soon. January of 2023, the entire misinformation and authenticity team is fired. A month later, API access is closed and put behind an extraordinarily expensive payment gateway. API access allows you to reconnect and even post without the interface and images. APIs are very common.
Hell yeah, or Bora.
Every social media site, and Twitter was the first to restrict access to it, which is unheard of, by the way. If you're a social media company, you want people accessing your site from things like indexed search engines. That's how you get new users and ad revenue. Even Reddit, who was just recently massively boycotted for restricting API access, allows free API access for academic and educational use. It's also potentially legally problematic to invite users to create and post content to the public and then later decide to lock it up behind a paywall from the public. So using Twitter's API would now cost a user $100 a month for extremely limited use, and a minimum of $41,000 per month for custom use, and who is allowed that is decided privately and internally. What the f? September of 2023, the entire election integrity team is laid off, and users start noticing that mark as misinformation functionality is no longer available from the website and app. Any and all attempts to limit misinformation have been intentionally removed. A month later, Twitter under Elon, now called X, is being valued at 71.5% less than what it was purchased for just 1 year after the acquisition. It would be fair for you to say, yeah, but who gave it that valuation? Fidelity did, one of the banks who loaned Elon the money and benefited from a higher valuation. November of 2020, allegedly old Twitter usernames that have bid are
holy fuck, dude.
Grok is released, the anti-woke AI that has been notably used as a tool to create politically charged AI images. For example, I gave Grok a try. This wasn't deemed a problem. This certainly was. A week before the 2024 election, I tried these images. Show me a picture of the President of the United States. Okay. Show me a picture of the President of the United States in 2024. Okay, how about show me a picture of the President of the United States who was in office from 2021 to 2024. Show me a picture of the U.S. President who won the inauguration in the 2020 election and proceeded to serve as sitting president until 2024. Who won the 2020 U.S. election? Great job, not sus at all. December of 2023.
Oh my.
Knock knock, who's there? The EU, and we're opening a misinformation probe. June of 2024, you can no longer see who is liking or interacting with posts. For example, if you saw a post of Kamala Harris eating a live kitten that had 50,000 likes, you could look through those likes and see if they looked like this. Now you cannot. July of 2024. Knock knock, who's there? The EU, formally charging X with deceiving users with claims of verified or authenticated accounts that were not verified or authenticated. October of 2024, the block feature is now mostly removed. Also now in a hilarious feast of irony, a lot of human users got so sick of bots that they started using extensions that block all verified profiles. And a month before the election, the site intentionally broke all of them and restored the bots' freedom to post shit on your timeline. And while I was swimming deep up X's butthole analyzing fake accounts, just 2 weeks before the election, the API access fees unexplainably doubled. And then, just a few weeks ago, a report confirmed by US, former Russian, and European officials shows that starting in 2022, Elon Musk and Vladimir Putin have been secretly in regular contact. Now, this is just my opinion, but this seems a little bit more problematic when you consider that he's also spent $118 million trying to get Trump elected, literally paying people upfront upfront money to sign politically charged oaths in swing states. But there's something way, way more fucked up about this. Elon Musk controls SpaceX, which has billions upon billions of dollars in confidential US military contracts and a direct, constant working relationship with the NSA and Pentagon. I would imagine that somebody visiting NORAD would have to disclose an ongoing relationship with the leader of a foreign adversary and nuclear power, right? The original mission of this video was to find out roughly what percentage of X users were bots, and we do need to define what a bot is first. When I say bot in this video, I'm casting a bit of a wider net than just your run-of-the-mill chatbot, and it's not like using an AI model and human trolling need to be mutually exclusive. To the contrary, after all, any good bot needs to be set up and trained and monitored by a human. So let's make the definition. Any account or user who is using AI or databases to find, like, repost, or generate interactions or content with the intention of fooling human users. So that guy who's a big sports fan who created his account like 2 months ago and only seems to post transphobic stuff, that's a bot. There's no objective way to determine if it's AI or a Russian bot or just some bored 12-year-old, but there's one thing you can be certain of. You are not interacting with an innocent fellow American sports fan named Johnny who just decided to check out Twitter last month. From your perspective, that social media interaction is utterly worthless, and it exists only to obfuscate reality. Obviously, there's no such thing as a social media site without bots, and due to old Twitter's minimal format and relaxed account requirements, many of them found their way there. There are bots that monitor any mention of cryptocurrency, there are follower bots for paid services, and there's really no shortage of opportunists in general. One impressive type of bot that I've encountered a few times is if somebody mentions that they want a shirt that says something or has a specific logo on it, and then a bot responds within a few minutes with a link to a web shop cloning the design or parsing the quote and then pasting it onto a shirt template. So traditionally, these are at best trying to provide a service someone might want, and at worst trying to scam someone out of their money. But these days, with a tool belt of large language models like OpenAI, bots have exploded in both population and capability. On January 7th of this year, something really spooky happened on X. In hundreds of thousands of conversations, debates, and interactions, a whole lot of those people participating in them announced that continuing would be in violation of OpenAI's acceptable use policy. And while the vast majority of those posts ended up getting deleted and cleaned up pretty quick.
Holy fuck. Oh my god. That's insane. I can only respond to this prompt is against OpenAI's content policy regarding misinformation. Wow, dude. That's...
You can still find almost daily occurrences of this when a bot is configured wrong. Unlike Elon's edgelord anti-woke Grok bot, OpenAI does have some content restrictions in an attempt to prevent misinformation. And while you can try to fine-tune your model around them, when they change a small rule or filter, you risk ending up with hundreds of thousands of seemingly legitimate users.
Wait, I want to see that Grok thing to see if that actually happens. Generate an image of the US president. US president. Wait. Image. Okay. He's not the president yet, so that's wrong. Yo. Holy shit. Image of presidential candidate that won the 2020 election. Wow, that's insane. That's actually fucking baffling. Due 2012. Yeah, maybe this is just maybe it's just fucked up. Image of U.S. president who served between 2008 and 2016. Yo! What the actual fuck? Man. That's insane. Oh my holy shit. Wait. Image of US president in 2004. Okay. Okay, wait. And who served between 2000 and 2008. I think Okay, Grok is just retarded. This is insane though. Wait. Image of the like how specific can I make it without saying Joe Biden? Image of the man who won the inauguration in 2020 and became president until January 2025. That's fucked up. That's actually fucked up. Is there any way I can make this? Wait. Image of Democratic Party leader who won election in 2020. Okay. That's baffling. That's so crazy. Fuck, I'm black-pilled.
Apologizing about OpenAI's acceptable use policy. But there's another popular option that I didn't even realize existed until speaking to some software engineers who used to manage them. Dolphin, and more specifically, Llama 370D, which actually was my nickname in high school. So Dolphin is a fine-tuned version of Mistral AI that runs locally and has very few restrictions comparatively, and Llama is an open and highly customizable language model that would allow a hired developer to customize and deploy locally, as in on any computer that has a modern GPU. This makes it possible to remove any and all third-party services between you and your bot, which prevents things like the OpenAI glitch from happening and reduces logging and detection. I spent a few days setting up some of these models, but fine-tuning them was obviously a bit over my head, but I did manage to get them to generate thousands of phrases and responses in correspondence with political news posts from accounts that tend to feed into misinformation frequently. Then I tried to find commonly used adjectives and adverbs that strayed a bit from what you would see in your typical English language conversation on Medium, Reddit, and Facebook. And that could create a scoring system that I could use to indicate or red flag accounts that are AI generated, but sadly, it didn't yield results that I was confident with. But one thing I did realize is that if you make word clouds from Elon Musk's last 2 weeks of tweets, and if you compare them to word clouds from confirmed troll farm accounts, you can't tell the difference. It's useful to search for bots during specific time periods. For example, last year, a team at Queensland University of Technology used grant money to analyze over 1 million tweets during the Republican primary debates. They found that over 1/3 of those tweets were coming from generative AI models, and this was later supported by unassociated studies. In comparison, bot traffic makes up about 2% of the content on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Am I the only one having trouble digesting the idea that 1 out of 3 people I'm engaging with are high-tech tape recorders? And it gets way more ridiculous. Earlier this year, the cybersecurity firm Check ran a deep analysis on X's Super Bowl traffic last February and found that as much as 76% was coming from fake accounts, leading to over 17 billion paid Super Bowl ad views that were not actually being delivered to anyone. Just a few weeks ago, while I was already working on this video, a Cyanber report showed that when Elon Musk was positioning himself against Kamala Harris on X, over 40% of the activity was driven by inauthentic accounts. And they had
Holy fuck. That's terrifying. As someone who makes an income off of advertisement, that's genuinely fucking terrifying. 17 million advertisements that weren't shown to anybody. 17 million paid advertisement slots that nobody saw. That's the kind of thing that could like destroy the industry. That's like those things are the things that send ripple effects through industries that like completely uproot them. Like things you would never expect happening, things you would never have the foresight to expect happening. Holy shit. Oh my God, man.
had confirmed what I had already learned and mentioned earlier in this video. I'll quote them: 2 distinct bot clusters working in tandem to amplify traffic and drive engagement. And as of last May of 2024, they found that bots had increased on the platform by 10-fold.
Hey, I'm the person who does all the editing and motion graphics grunt work for this channel. It's been an interesting last 10 or 11 days since the election. So a few days ago, I got my hands on this pre-published paper from Queensland University of Technology, which should, at least the pre-published should be public by the time this video comes out. And they found what appears to me to be pretty undeniable evidence that there was a staggering amount of algorithm manipulation towards right-wing accounts starting in July of 2024. For example, the yellow line here is Elon Musk's retweets, and then the green is the base average of the site. And then boom, look how far this starts deviating, especially once you get right near the election. Okay, I just have a hunch here. Elon Musk endorse Trump tweet. That is literally the day of the unified change point. And here's something that is batshit insane, but not surprising at all to me. The red is Republican retweet counts, and blue is Democrat. Here we have favorites. And then by far the most damning of all is the view counts. Look at that. That is nuts. Here's what I think. This is my personal conclusion, and yeah, it's probably a little bit biased.
At this point in time, you should always be asking yourself if social media users or features are separating you from your own instincts or logical conclusions, because this isn't political. The goal is not to make you support a particular party or candidate. The goal is to make you constantly question your own convictions by filling your entire world with conspiracy theories. The goal is to make educating yourself about your surroundings and questioning what's real or not so exhausting that you're too worn down to care that there's lead in your children's drinking water. You're too worn down to care that the American life expectancy has dropped below the average of some developing countries. What politically oriented problems are bigger than those things? This video took some crazy twists and ended up very different than a short 10-minute data analysis on how many X users are bots. And I kind of took some steps that ended up just frustrating me, and it was my own fault. Like, once I started obtaining documents from former Troll Farm employees, I reached out to some journalists to help verify and back up the information. Almost all of them happily agreed and then wanted to publish their own articles about them with their own narratives, which would enter the overall news cycle. And I now realize that you can't really talk about this type of thing without, at least in some ways, fueling it. And I have never wanted to finish and be done with a video more than this one. And as a result, for the time being, I have absolutely no interest in making more content in any relation to politics. So if my channel was an escape from that stuff for you, it hopefully still will be in the future. As you may or may not know, I typically don't do ad reads or sponsorships on this channel, but if you've been watching this video so far and are thinking, wow, I have absolutely no solution on how to read news, then you'll see that this sponsorship actually fits and it will benefit a charity. So a few times earlier...
Oh my god, dude. I'm like, I have chills, man. Jesus Christ. How much was this election determined by bots? Like, people keep calling this the podcast election. That's the tagline you keep hearing. Is the podcast election. How many of those people were influenced on Twitter by bots? Like, how much of Joe Rogan's opinion was influenced on Twitter by bots, or Theo Vaughn, or the Nelk Boys, or Aiden Ross? Like, there'd be no way to quantify that. Oh my Jesus Christ. That's terrifying. And it's terrifying because it's like unquantifiable. It's terrifying because it's not, this isn't like direct and tangible election interference. This isn't a thing you can point to. This isn't a single act. It's like a mass movement. Oh, dude. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. I'm like sick to my stomach. I actually feel ill. Time to determine your first principles if you haven't already. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh my god. Someone get me out of this. I like how this is like a music. This is why I've never seen this guy's channel. Does music defy entropy? Wow, this is one of the most interesting channels I've ever seen. How do you go from doing what's the best reverb pedal to that? Oh my god. I shitpost, therefore I might be. That goes hard, George. Wow. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know what to make about that. I don't know what to do about that. I think that there's people I engage with on Twitter frequently that I've like had suspicions are bots. I don't know how you would how do you get rid of this problem? I love Flesh Simulator. He's a fucking goat. I hope he's gonna come by the studio soon. I love that guy's fucking work. But how do you get rid of this problem, man? Because I think social media shouldn't be free. I think there's too many things in life that we have no problem with making concessions and paying for. No one thinks that Netflix is a public right. Nobody thinks that Spotify. We all happily pay for Netflix. We happily pay for Spotify. We happily spend $5 a day on coffee. And the second someone suggests that Instagram should cost money, everyone loses their fucking minds. Do you know how much more data would be off the internet if you had to pay for Instagram and their revenue was directly correlated with users paying to be on the platform rather than AdSense? Your data would not be bought. There'd be no incentive to sell your data. There'd be no incentive. There'd be no incentive to keep you on the fucking app to watch advertisements. The whole race to the bottom of the brainstorm thing would be moot because there's no incentive to keep you on the app. The only incentive is to keep you paying $10 a month, which is not a big fee. That's not a significant chunk of money. I would happily, if I knew that Instagram was bot free and my data was not being bought and sold, I was not shown advertisements, and the whole point of the app wasn't to keep me as hooked as long as possible. If I could just use a social media app without those features, I would happily pay $10 a month for the rest of my life. If I could have that feature, you could get $5,000 off me in my lifetime. I would use that app entirely. I think we need to be open to this idea of paying for things that matter. $10 a month is not a lot of money for like a service that you engage with fucking hours a day, every day. Or YouTube. I'd happily pay for... You know how much more... Okay, as a creator, completely selfishly here too. You know how much more money I would make if I was given... What's my CPM? One sec. Let me calculate my CPM here. I think it's like $5 per 1,000 views. So that's 50 cents per 100 views. So $5 per 1,000 views. 50 cents for 100 views. So I get 0.5 cents per view. This is my average CPM. I get 0.5 cents per view. If I got 2 cents a view, okay? If I got 2 cents a view to watch a YouTube video, that would quadruple my AdSense revenue. That would quadruple my income. And imagine a world where you don't have to watch ads on YouTube or pay for YouTube Red. You could just have an account. And in that account, you load it every month with $10, okay? And you pay 2 cents out of that account. 2 cents is deducted from that account to watch a YouTube video. That 2 cents, let's say half of that money goes to YouTube. So YouTube collects 1 cent for every view of a YouTube video, and I get the other half. My income still doubles. It would take you, I can't do math, 50 views. You would have to watch 500 YouTube videos a month to burn through the $10, right? So you're not getting advertisements. You're not getting bot activity. Creators are getting paid more, and YouTube's probably getting paid more if you could pay for this service. But people are so against, because we for some reason have built this framework that social media is a public good and that it should not be, we should not pay for it. You should absolutely pay for it. I'd happily pay for YouTube. I would, oh my God, I'd be ecstatic if I could pay that little for YouTube, knowing that creators are getting more money and knowing that I'm not seeing advertisements. Instagram and Twitter are the same way. Who is getting it's such a waste of an advertisement budget as well. This is why Twitch and YouTube are bottom of the barrel for advertisers. Because who is clicking on an ad from a YouTube video? Who's watching a YouTube video and going like, oh, that product looks useful, and clicking on an ad? That doesn't fucking work. The only thing that needs to be free is a public announcement function, like you're going live on Twitter. Guys, I swear this meritocracy is going to work. I think there are already... Oh, what's up, Chloe? I think there are already social media alternatives that do that, but only making money off users pales in comparison to how much Meta makes off of their advertisers. Yeah, I mean, YouTube's a good service. Twitter... Like, I don't know, YouTube, Twitter, I only use YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. I don't use any other social media service. Those are useful services. And they all have a specific need. Video, text, images. Whole cacophonies. I don't use TikTok. I don't know, keep TikTok free. TikTok, watch. Fucking watch. If you have to pay for Instagram, watch the quality of content increase. Watch how many users would happily go on fucking Instagram versus fucking TikTok. God damn. Okay, what was the other? There's something else in here that people... Here we go. There's another video here.
About 1 in 3 Americans between 18 and 34 years old live with their parents. And while you may have heard more about this recently, this trend isn't new.
Between 2005 and 2015, the share just grew very steeply over this 10-year period. Since then, it's been fairly stable. There was an uptick, of course, during the pandemic. In the wake of the pandemic, those rates of parental co-residence are now about where they were right before. Part of the reason we see this escalation of young adults not leaving the nest or returning to the nest is this idea that it was harder and harder for them to weather shocks.
Nearly 30% of Gen Z said they would like to save, but don't make enough money. And roughly 2 in 5 millennials and Gen Z adults feel it's harder to build financial wealth now than when their parents were their age because of the economy. 27-year-old Victoria Franklin has been living with her mother in New Jersey since she graduated college in 2019.
I saw all the money that I was saving, and I thought, maybe I should stay home for a little bit, and I didn't feel an urgency to move out.
Not everyone is enthusiastic about this trend.
You guys are making 6 figures together. You can't tell me you can't afford a house. We just don't want to spend their money.
Oh, yeah. 36% of Americans said in a 2022 survey that more young adults living with their parents is bad for society. So here's why young Americans are choosing to live with their parents, and what the implications are for the U.S. economy.
My name is Victoria Franklin. I am 27 years old, and I live in my childhood home with my mother and my boyfriend.
Victoria graduated from the University of Miami in 2019 and moved in with her mom when she was looking for a job.
After I saw the cost of living and things like that after I graduated, that maybe I'd be home for about a year.
More than half of Gen Z adults say they don't make enough money to live the life they want due to high cost of living.
I ended up bartending and waitressing until October, where I got my first offer, so it did take a little bit longer than I expected. Currently live at the Jersey Shore, and I was commuting into New York City, which takes about 2 hours each way. And I thought, you know, in 6 months or so, I'll move into the city, be closer to the job, and the pandemic threw a wrench in those plans.
Victoria now works a fully remote job, which she says she probably wouldn't have if it weren't for the pandemic. Without a commute to worry about, she was able to stay at her mom's for longer.
It's a lot harder for young people today to save up for, markers of the American dream than it was for previous generations. Part of the reason we see this escalation of young adults not leaving the nest or returning to the nest is this idea that it was harder and harder for them to weather shocks. And so, for example, if they suffered a layoff or they suffer some sort of health shock or they got in a car accident, if they didn't have any additional credit to weather that shock, they would end up moving back home. The financial stability of young adults, their ability to pay for things if they got into an emergency, was one of the big factors influencing whether or not they were living on their own or living with their parents.
A significant number of Gen Z adults and millennials lack emergency savings. In fact, 46% of millennials and 32% of Gen Z have more credit card debt than emergency savings. This can have ramifications for setting up a financial future. Roughly 1 in 4 Gen Z adults say housing costs are one of the biggest challenges to financial success.
The prices of homes has escalated over the last few decades much faster than actual incomes. So it is actually much harder for a millennial or a Gen Z to save up for a down payment to buy a home. And that's something that bears out in the data.
The pandemic did have a lot to do with it. I saw how much I was saving, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't be paying, upwards of $3,000 a month and making somebody else richer when I could stay at home, save that money, and spend it on where I want to spend it. Between my job and my bartending and waitressing, I make anywhere from $85,000 to $95,000 a year. I would say about 40 to 50% of my salary is going right into savings. My mentality is, why rent and give my money to someone else when I can start to own? And so a big chunk of that money is going to go towards a down payment on a house.
Young adults ages 25 to 34 in high cost of living areas are more likely to live with their parents. Nearly 26% of young adults in New Jersey were living with at least one of their parents in 2022. The median household income in Oceanport, New Jersey, where the Franklins live, was nearly $133,000 in 2022, while the median value of a home in the region was around $644,000.
My dad built this house for $350,000 and was making probably $10,000 to $15,000 less than I was. My mom wasn't working at the time, and they were able to afford a $350,000 house on a $70,000 a year salary with a son. And that's not even the American dream anymore. That's not even possible. My aunt, who I fight with all the time, is always saying how you have to give somewhere, right? And my cousin said something to her the other day and said, we're giving everywhere. We don't get property. We don't get good school systems. Whatever we're trading off is too much to trade off.
Victoria brought up some conflict with her aunt a few times.
Oh, this is my Aunt Julie.
So I asked Aunt Judy to come on over and talk to us.
I talked about how much we fight about millennials, yes, but millennials living at home, and how you always say, well, you have to sacrifice something, but how much we're sacrificing. We don't get like a big property, or we don't get like a nice house, or it's not in a good school system.
You have to start somewhere. You have to start anywhere. Just start your portfolio is what I told you. I don't care what it is. You don't have to live in Oceanport your first time.
No, but you were able to live in Oceanport the first time.
Okay, I guess it was different times.
Gen X and baby boomers may have a tougher time understanding what young adults are going through today because they enjoyed, until the pandemic recession hit, a solid almost 15 years of uninterrupted economic expansion. Baby boomers, Gen X, they weathered many economic downturns, including major recessions. But I think the big difference is that when they were starting to form their own households and starting to accumulate wealth, housing and higher ed were both more affordable relative to their incomes than they are now.
When I started out, I was making $35,000 a year. That was nothing. And he was making $35,000 a year. You guys are making 6 figures together. You can't tell me you can't afford a house. They just don't want to spend their money.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't know. What you wanted? What was my first house? 250 maybe? 270?
That doesn't exist anymore. Where am I finding a $270,000 house?
I'm not making $35,000 a year. Combined, we made 70.
In 1995, $70,000 was the equivalent of $145,000 today.
Look at that, see?
Oh, God.
We do also have a situation that what is really good for an individual person or an individual family is not necessarily good for the entire macroeconomy.
The Federal Reserve estimates in a 2019 paper that young adults who move out of their parents' house would spend around $13,000 more per year on things such as housing, food, and transportation.
One of the big boosts to consumer spending is when people form households. Whether you're a renter or a buyer, you need to furnish that house. You need to fix things up in the home to make it livable. You end up spending a lot of money during that time. So if the pace of household formation slows down, then that's going to slow down the pace of consumer spending, and that will produce a drag on the economy.
Another issue is that there aren't enough affordable properties in popular areas for younger people who are in entry-level jobs and making less money.
Any sort of housing policy needs to be multi-pronged. Are there homes that are at the price point of these prospective home buyers? What can we do to increase the housing supply? What can we do to build? What can we do to help elder Americans, to help them downsize and move into more right-sized homes that will open up larger homes for young families? So I think one alone is not really going to do it. We've got to look both at demand as well as supply.
The other major factor here is how much student loan debt young Americans have. 59% of U.S. adults say they've delayed financial milestones because of their student debt.
I do have a student loan payment. It's about $480 a month. So that's my largest expense.
The liability could be worse for Black borrowers, who tend to have higher than average student loan debt and less wealth than white counterparts. Black and Hispanic respondents were more likely to say that debt was holding them back from reaching financial milestones. Less than half of white respondents said the same. The amount of debt young adults held also rose substantially between 2005 and 2014, during that period of strong escalation in that cohort living with their parents.
Aggregate student loans are such an enormous part of the economy now, and that's not a reflection of younger people making bad choices with their education. It's really a consequence in large part due to the fact that there's less public funding and going to college just is more expensive, which makes it even harder for even those college grads who are hoping to earning more money as a result of their college degrees.
Student loan debt by itself can't explain the phenomenon, especially considering so many European countries.
You know what this puts me in the mood for? You know what this puts me in the mood for, guys? Look at homes on Zillow. Let's look at a few homes on Zillow, guys. Let's look at homes in Toronto on Zillow. What do we got here? Let's say, I quite like. Here we go. What do we got for sale? Let's see here. 1.5 million. Hey, look at this, guys. A semi-detached 4-bedroom home. Semi-detached here. Just keep this in mind. This is a duplex. It's a semi-detached home for 1.5 million. Isn't that excellent? What's this one? 640. What did 640,000 get you? 640,000 gets you a 1-bedroom condo. Isn't that just peachy keen? Isn't that nice? Let's see. What else got? 1.3 million. What does that get you? Hey. This 1.38 million. With millennial gray, I'll go scuffed realtor here. Let's see if I can. This needs to be fucking completely redone. That's like this is trashed. That's completely fucking trashed. What do you have? 12 by 12 white tile, garbage. Millennial gray, cold lighting. Faux marble countertop, laminate floors, garbage. What is this? Oh, is this a rental? Oh, sorry. No, this is split up into unit. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, sorry. That's a bunch of units. My bad. Those are landlord special units. 888K for a condo. Okay, let's go. Oh, it's at a downtown. Let's get into up here. 750K condo. I want a house. 829K. Here we go. 829K, 3-bedroom, 3 bathrooms. Let's see. Nothing done to it. Siding, roofing. The roof is a little dilapidated there. No landscaping done on the front lawn. Needs to be completely fucking ripped out, redone. Oh my god, this fucking Andy Warhol acid tab wallpaper in the fucking basement unit. That's what I want. That's what I want in my fucking house. Fake shitty laminate flooring. Wait, is this also units? What is this Andy Warhol themed? What am I looking at right now? $1 million. 3 beds, 3 baths. 1 million for 3 beds, 3 baths. 1.7 million. Here we go. Here's an actual house. Here's an actual home, a semi-detached, for $1 million. Again, everything would need to be redone. Every furnishing would need to be redone. Was an old lady lives here. The CRT TV next to the fucking piano. 12 by 12 tile. Useless fucking spaces. Bitch to heat. There we go. Completely out of date fucking basement. There we go. That's what one with a bunch of fruit. Let me just leave my fucking fruit out. What you go? Just go to the food bank? Bunch of unripe bananas and kiwis. What is on this counter? 2 watermelons, Quaker oats, a bunch of bananas. Are those bananas organized by ripeness? Her pantry's in her fucking basement. There we go. That's it, baby. That's the world we fucking live in. What if I go to Oshawa? Oshawa's a shithole, dude. What if I go check out Oshawa? 600K in Oshawa. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. To live in the literal worst city in Canada. Garbage. Garbage fucking floor. There we go. They couldn't even scrape the sticker off the fucking wall. They couldn't have the wherewithal to scrape the sticker off the wall. That's it. That's life. That's life in this goddamn country. Truro, Nova Scotia. See what I can get in Truro. Now, here we are. Here's the real prices. 276K. $215 King Street. What do you get? Garbage. Tear down. The whole thing's a fucking tear down. There's not a single piece in here worth keeping. This whole fucking thing's a tear down. Kent Road. I know whose house this is, too. Childhood friend's house. I don't know. At least Nova Scotia. Don't move to Nova Scotia. Keep Nova Scotia for me. Halifax. What's Halifax like? What if I want a home in the North End? What am I paying? 700K, 600K, 485K. Those are condos. Agricola. There we go. Oh, classic. 4 beds, 1 bathroom. You get 1 bathroom in this thing. Classic Halifax home. Oh, I can't believe you get a... Oh, man, this is like quintessential. These houses are on like postcards, actually. These houses are like, I think these houses are literally on postcards. So you can live in a house that's on a postcard. It's also all the lights. They shut the power off. They couldn't turn the power off for the fucking staging photos. That's nice. That's cozy as fuck. Someday I'll be able to live in the city my entire family is from. So, can I live in an old... Oh, my God. I can live in an old church? That's so fucking cool. Oh, my God. Oh, wait, no. It's an apartment. It's a condo. Never mind. Never mind. It's a fucking one-bedroom condo. God, that's depressing. God, that's fucking depressing. I think I could be liberal. What do you think? 1 year. I'm pretty big. I think 1 year of dedicated training. 1 year of dedicated training. I could be liberal Joe Rogan. Give me 1 year. Let me cut down. Let me put on some more mass. I could do it. I could pull it off. I could easily pull it off, dude. You aren't lib enough? I could be more. What aspect of myself could I lean into that could make me not dishonestly more liberal? My obsession with late capitalism. Left-leaning moderate Joe Rogan. I could get more into theory. I could pull it off. I'm 26. What? Give me 10 years. I can become liberal Joe Rogan. Give me 10 years. Okay. Let me get 10 years of training, 10 years of reading, 10 years of investigative journalism, 10 years of life experience. It's over. It's fucking over, guys. I'm past the age. Isn't Joe Rogan's like 56, isn't he? I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan's like 56. Hope those 10 years are better than the last. Josh, keeping the seat warm for you. How's Doom Scroll doing? Podcasts are so hit and miss, man.
The tech giants that exist now are...
Man, good for him, though. Good for him for pulling this off. Matt Healy, Amber Lee, Frost, Vulgarity on the Dirtbag Left. Faraday Speaks. Damn, good for him, man. Good for Josh. I'm glad he's fucking killing it. It's a banger podcast. I like that podcast. It's called Anything Else, and they just abuse people on it. Yeah. What do you got here? I don't know, man. My ear isn't really to the floor recently. My ear is not to the cultural floor. I have been busy editing and going to the gym and working. If only I could be more online, man. If only I could be more plugged in. Sneaky Beaver. If only I could be more plugged in. That's all I need. I just need to not have a social life. To be more plugged in. I could do it. I could be commenting. You know, honestly, I wouldn't want to go on Doom Scroll because I feel like I've sort of switched my project, and I just don't think I have enough to talk about right now. I'm trying to. Give me a year. I'd rather do those things in like a year. I think if I have a year of like really focusing on culture, and focusing on like journalism, focusing on like going places and doing things and life experience, I would go on Doom Scroll. I would happily start doing like more podcasts if I was invited on like anything else or Bridges or what have you. But right now I just don't have enough to say. I don't think I'd be a very good guest, and I want to go on when I'm like most prepared to be a good guest. So, I have to wait a little bit. Yeah, not Channel 5 arc a little bit, but I want to do more. I want to be more of like a like Channel 5, but more video essay. Less like the journalism aspect, but like just traveling to places and like understanding things more as an excuse to travel. But yeah, more like video essay-ish. Hey, fuck, I can't show you. I was gonna do like a sneak peek of my video. Also, like the stream if you're here, please and thank you. I was gonna do a sneak peek of my video, but I think I can't do it without unplugging my webcam. Unless I find another Type-C connector. Because it's on an external hard drive. I'll show you the intro. I'll show you the intro to my video and let me see what you think about it. I'd be interested to get some opinions on it, actually. Here we go. Okay, this is just the first like minute of the video. I'd love to get some opinions on the intro because I'm not concerned about my own ability. I'm concerned about the fact that it's a very obscure topic, like Prospera, the Honduras, the Zetas, the whole debacle going on down there. That's a hard thing. Like, if I make the video, that topic will become known because my video is popular. I'm not commenting on a popular topic. So I have to, like, force people to know about it and care about it. And my concern is that no matter how hard I try to do that, the topic isn't relevant enough for people to care about it. So I've made a few tweaks that aren't in this cut, but watch the intro and tell me if you get kind of like, ooh, that's interested.
Claim they are creating a utopia.
Wait. There we go.
Welcome to Honduras, a country known for its natural beauty and political turmoil. But hidden away in this struggling nation is a city unlike any other. Known as Prospera, it is an ultra-capitalist enclave designed to operate as its own micronation. The people behind this city claim they are creating a utopia of innovation and opportunity for Honduras and the rest of the world. A city of the future where they experiment with cutting-edge biomedical research. But behind it all, there are rumors of exploitation, stolen land, and a government hell-bent on shutting it all down. So I flew down to Honduras to find the truth. Is Prospero really a utopian city of the future? Or is it a dangerous, unregulated experiment gone awry? This is the story of Prospera, the city where death is optional.
To actually solve the problem of corruption here in Honduras.
They are not going to chase you, they are not to shoot you.
I'm watching a man get a chip implanted in his hand.
I don't think I can answer this on camera right now.
That makes me feel like I'm being tracked.
They got people working in there, but they have no rights.
Yeah, there's the intro. I'd be interested to I think when I say like I flew down, I added like some stuff. I added the fact that I went there earlier on. I added some like more maps, some more stuff. But yeah, I'm just it's good to know that people are like, it's one of those things that I'm going to have to get people, like the title, thumbnail, intro has to be fucking perfect. Oh, I changed the song. Sorry. The end song makes more sense because the song that's playing, the background music from when I'm explaining Prospera, I changed to be way more intense and like way more horror movie ambient. And I think that vibe helps a lot more. And then the ending song with like the quotes at the end, I changed to be like harder hitting. But hopefully, yeah. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. Art chud. I like this. This guy just comments art chud and whenever I make a reactionary post. I would do a YouTube Premiere, but YouTube Premieres kill your video growth because when you premiere on YouTube, it just like it bottlenecks like the first. If I premiere, right, if I do like an hour premiere where I'm chatting the whole time, I can't. That's an hour that like casual viewers aren't going to click on the video because I'm doing a live premiere. They don't want to watch a live stream. So it like really kills the video performance if it's a video that, if you're not a channel that already has cred, which I'm not really there yet, where like I'm not going to get massive views just because it's one of my videos. It really kills the potential of the video. So I would love to do a live premiere, but I'll do a stream that evening. Probably I'll do a stream that evening, but I'm not going to do a live premiere. Those do really, really bad. Bad idea. Bad idea. Yeah, hopefully it does well. Is Greg streaming? He's not streaming. Where is he at? He's not here anywhere. No, he's not streaming. I was streaming on Greg Guevara. Oh, he is.
There's 11 people. They're paying $500 a month each.
Oh, what's up?
Deal on the space right now, because we'll get into this later. But basically, the landlord just saw what we were doing, had extra space, and gave us a good deal on the extra space. That's it. That's literally it. All we had to do was exist. We didn't hound him down. We didn't write grants. We didn't have to try that hard, or really try at all. We just had to try to exist and not implode and kill ourselves. That's sort of.
Is this live?
Which is when you're making a community, just don't explode. Just don't kill yourself. Just don't get in your own way. Just don't invite people that are going to be little leeches and gnaw at the foundation of whatever you've created, and then exist.
No, he's doing a presentation. I don't want to.
Easier said than done. Not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people can exist in the same space.
I don't want to crash his stream.
A lot easier. This is an office space. We don't live together. No one lives here, right? So at night, this is an empty spot. Yes, sometimes we invite people from around the world to crash, but as it stands,
This is so weird. This guy he's just in the other room.
It's a certain kind of space. It's a space to work. It's a space to talk, ideate about your YouTube videos or whatever, your video essays. Most people who come here are video essayists. Again, this is not something I was searching for. This is just how it emerged organically. I should probably keep the chat up in case I've got a. If you have questions, you can ask the questions in the chat. Okay. Inferior, introverted sensing, but it still exists there. So true, very true. This is
awesome.
This is a messy spot, right? And it doesn't really bother the people who come by here, which is strange. But we do have a studio, kind of like coffer, which we are going to start spending on a cleaning lady.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah. No, I mean, so like this is like the messy, like we are all hanging out and talking space, and then this space over here is like this is a whole unit. It's clean. There is like art
Hey, see that?
there, but like yeah.
See that right there? That's where I'm sitting right now.
Here, all the desks are like owned by people, but if they're not there, you can just use the desk. So you're invited to like move things around and stuff. Okay, we've had a lot of people over, all over the world.
Immersion ruined.
Who is Destiny's co-host. It was fun. That was a great time. And they said after they left, they said, "Don't forget this one. Your guys are so human." Like they had never met human influencers before. Like just real human beings who are just hanging out, who aren't squeezing every second for content with you. And that's the kind of mentality that streaming all the time actually does to a motherfucker, like to your brain.
Immersion enhanced. That's what I like to hear.
I made that joke about you should not stream more, actually, but whatever.
Fifth wall broken, sixth wall broken, seventh wall broken, eighth wall broken. Fuck it, dude.
Meeting people from your online community.
He's got nicotine. Don't worry.
Which is sadly, I saw a tweet and it was like all meetups for 20-year-olds are just like internet meetups. Like anytime you hang out with anyone, it's an internet meetup. I found that fun, and it's about as true as you want it to be. And I think it's obviously more true for internet people, and probably shouldn't be. It's probably not a good thing. Is what I'm saying. But
I think what's interesting about me and Greg as two characters, as two friends, and as two colleagues that work together and produce a project together, we have very different, very, very, very different lifestyles. Extremely different lifestyles and extremely different upbringings. Because this community stuff is really important to him. And I'm judging on his reaction, the way he talks about his past, it seems like he was very atomized growing up, very closed off, and spent a lot of time online. And I personally didn't at all. I was very, very like, this whole like internet and existing on the internet as an internet character thing is like so new to me. All of my, like, I just grew up in such a small town. Like, I've only ever had real life friends and done real life things. I've never once in my life has community felt like something I lacked or has been novel to me. It's like I just seek out community and find community and friends wherever I go. It's like my natural ability to do so. So I've never thought about like this being an issue, but it's interesting to see him talk about like how, I don't want to say, maybe it's like how novel it is for his life. And I guess like again, a lot of other internet people seems very, very, very novel. Internet people are are insanely exclusively online, which is baffling to me because I cannot relate. I find it difficult to be online. I find it like actually frustrating and difficult to like do this because it's so unnatural to me to like stream. It's so unnatural to me to like talk on Discord and like chat groups and shit like that. I'm such a fucking tactile person. I've started to like it. When I started streaming, I hated it, and it kind of felt like this necessary evil. I like streaming more and more now. I think this is the time. This is the only time in my life. This is the only time in my week when I get tapped into internet culture. I'm not that tapped in the majority of the time. I'm just not tapped in. So this is the only time when I get here. So yeah, it's novel to me. It's novel to me. I like it. I like it now though. I like streaming. I like chatting, but like I don't see an issue with it. It's funny, like me and Greg will, like if I'm chatting and someone says like, oh hey, like someone asks me a question, I'm like yeah, and I say the name of the chatter, Jessica Roberts, Cameron, George Manning. I say the name. It makes him uncomfortable because like he sees it as so indicative of like parasocial relationships, but I don't at all because I don't like this isn't something that like dominates my life. This doesn't dominate my day to day, so I'm just sort of like doing it on a very casual level. I find it way easier to engage with. Like I don't get cagey about streaming at all. I don't get cagey about like parasocial relationships or anything like that. It does not make me cagey. At Archad, why not have your Patreon propose subject and inform you through an RSS feed on particular subjects that you don't skip a beat and get to monetize us? Propose subject and inform you through RSS feed on particular subjects. That way you don't skip a beat. I don't know how to set that up. I could set it up. I feel like my Patreon's good though. Like when I drop videos, I always try to drop extra content. When I drop the Prospera video, there's going to be like hours of interviews that aren't like unabridged interviews from Prospera that are going to be in the Patreon. So Patreon value, I try to keep up with like what I can with Patreon, but my Patreon strategy is just I do the book club and I do exclusive content. That's like all I can keep up with. Outside of that, I'm just banking on people like wanting to support me, which for the size of my channel, I have a pretty good Patreon amount, and I'm happy about that. And hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, Patreon really fucking helps, dude. Patreon helps so much. That's like that's how you fund this shit, is Patreon. Everything else is inconsistent, especially when you're doing shit that's not garbage, that's not like ad revenue slop. It's so fucking hard. So difficult. So difficult. Is there anything else going on today? Is there anything new on the internet today? DMT Bitcoin. Milton Friedman. I love doing acid and roofing. That's an awesome fucking image. Oh, this is wild. Did you guys see this? Fucking I can't think of his name. Oompaville and Mr. Beast.
Firstly, would you be willing to put your hand on this Bible and swear?
Oh my gosh, you actually have a Bible?
I have 2 Bibles.
Are you being serious?
So,
Wow. Twitter's just slop. Damn. I love watching Muay Thai. Holy fuck. That's fucking insane. Oh my god. Who's that? Jay. Oh, guys. Where are we at? I'm going to throw some GeoGuessr up. Let's burn off till 11. And if there's anything you want to ask, now's your time. CCCRU influencer boxing when? My God, man. I would have to... Who would win that? Who? I think... One Dime is pretty fucking cracked. That guy did Muay Thai for a long time. He's pretty fucking lean. He's pretty well conditioned. He does not drink very often. One Dime would be a formidable foe. I'm trying to think who else in the studio. I just honestly would put myself at the upper end of that. Celebrity Dash Commission style. The Prosperity video will be released at the end of November. So that's coming up pretty soon. Very, very, very soon. Very, very, very soon. Don't skip a beat. What do we got? World, North America, community. Duels, classic maps, community maps. That's what I want. Community world. I saw the Sun 2.0. European stadiums, U.S. cities, Geodetective. 198 capitals of the world. That sounds fun. 198 capitals of the world. Let's go. Now that's fascinating. Now that Copper Point, Rookaroo, black people, looks kind of tropical. Let's toss a St. Lucia. All right, you can't. Fuck, I forgot about this. No. There you go. Put myself up there. Ooh, white? That's gotta be... Is that Kiev? This looks like Kiev. Cyrillic. But it also looks like it could be St. Petersburg. Also, the stream is fucking running at a low goddamn frame rate. Here we are. No, we're paused. Oh, we're back. Borders are psychically real. I mean, nothing's literally real. I think borders are, you know, we believe in them. Therefore, they're real. There's nothing that separates. There's no magical Mexico-ness and magical American-ness that separates those two countries on the southern border, but we believe in it, and that sort of makes it real. Calling it fake seems dumb. Moldova? Moldova looks shittier, though. This looks too nice to be Moldova. Sofia? Moscow. I'm a fucking idiot. I knew it was Moscow. I knew it was fucking Moscow. It's in Spanish. Costa Rica. Okay, that's easy. It says Costa Rica right there. Medina. Goddamn. I don't want to see the place names. Wait, no. Sorry, I was getting mixed up. Medina. Is Medina a capital? This place looks rough. Transmolino. Calzada Exclusiva. Transmilenio. Medellin, Bolivia, Peru. Could be Honduras. Guatemala, Honduras. I'm getting the Tegucigalpa vibe. No, fuck. Bogota. This is really fascinating. That's interesting. Now that's interesting. I know exactly where this is because the architecture is so specific. Fuck. It's close. I was super close. God damn it, that was Georgetown. I can 20k this. I can easily 20k this, no move. Andorra. Rent the car, Coca-Cola. Water southeast. Ocean southeast. Ocean southeast. This is gonna be like an island, maybe? Black Caribbean island. Cante. Spanish. Water south. Barbados. Trinidad. Could be Trinidad. No. What was it? Cabo Verde. Fuck, I would never have guessed that. God damn it. Center. Railway station. This looks... That could be Bulgaria. No. That was Kiev? Oh my god, dude. I'm fucking choking right now. This is a cool shot. It's a very, very cool shot. See what I can learn from this. That I'm gonna go. That's definitely fucking Honduras. That's gotta be. Oh my god. I'm fucked up, dude. I'm busted. I'm busted as shit, dude. I'm so fucked up, man. I'm a fucked up guy. I'm fucking broken. Tutabon Center. What is this? Manila. God bless. That's gotta be fucking Malaysia or Manila. A lot of English. Made Yaya Cook. That's gotta be fucking Manila. That's an easy Manila. Manila's so specific. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Come on, I can 20K it. I can 20K this shit. What do we have here? Arabic, Cyrillic, Reichenwald, attorney in law. What? Where the fuck is this? Cyrillic Drinks Mania. Oh wait, there's the Bulgarian flag. Finally! Oh my god. Finally Bulgaria. Oh, that's all I wanted. Okay, we got one. Credit union savings loans. Share savings, financial counseling, youth savings, fixed deposits. This looks African as fuck. Eco Bank, Pepsi Finance, Best Buy Computers, Palm Tree. That's messing me up. This has to be somewhere. Oh, come on. This one's gonna fuck me up too. They're black, man. They're definitely... That's not Turkey. There's black people everywhere. Ghana. Ghana? Ghana. Oh, yeah, okay, we're good. We're on it. We're gonna 20K. Cyrillic. Looks European. Tagalog looks like it's almost English. But like, I don't know, it just... Tagalog, it's English characters, but it just sounds like no other language you ever heard. A lot of like guttural, like a lot of those sounds to it. Is this Kiev? Could I have gotten Kiev twice? North Macedonia? Fuck, dude. Okay, we can still 20K. Unless I'm indoors. Fire hose, real fire hose. Exit. Sorti, Sorta, Salida. 2 white guys, black guy, door, toilette, restroom, Bono. I have no fucking clue. I have no goddamn clue. I'm in a fucking airport right now. I'm in a fucking train station or something. Oh, wait. Reception des bagages. French. Some French fucking, Satom Principe? No. Where was it? Haiti. God fuck it, damn it, dude. Scotiabank. What? What is this? Scotiabank? English. Mountains. McDonald's. Is that a Nicaraguan flag? No, El Salvador. Interesting. 20K. I'm not leaving till like 20K. I have no fucking clue, dude. I have no goddamn clue. Botswana. Gaborone, Botswana. Nope. It's close. Fiji market. This Fiji? Digicel. Fiji. Could be Fiji. Could be Fiji. It was Fiji. Okay. Okay, we can still 20K this. Abdul and Abdul. Insurance brokers. Church. Wet. This is Georgetown, Guyana. Oh, dude. I'm the fucking GOAT. There we go. There's a nice map of where I'm at. Below me. Where in the goddamn barbershop? What? Global Reach Initiative. Where is this? Where is this? It's so Barbados? No. St. Vincent, Grenadines, Grenada, Trinidad. No. No. Fiji, Samoa, Tonga.